Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Greetings, universe! My name is Orbital Bacon, and I am certified G1 and a real freaking prime. Welcome to another live stream. It's Friday, the end of the week. That means if you're here, you are indeed made of sterner stuff. Wooga wooga and booga booga, bim bams and flum bums. Oh, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Sterner Stuff. That's Friday. That means we've made it through another week once again. It's time to kick off the weekend, the last weekend before Christmas, in fact. So we got to get all our Christmas celebration in this weekend when it comes to doing watch parties and live streams and stuff. Because next week, it's Thursday is Christmas. So, man, this year flew by fast. But hey, we made it through another week. Sometimes it's good when the week goes by fast. That way we get to enjoy the weekend, even though those always go by fast too. But that's okay. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to hang out with the best community on YouTube, the Bim Bams, the Flum Bums, the Bacon Ears, and Baconettes. Are you guys ready?
To Bacon and the Bacon Ears, some holiday cheer. I wish you a merry wrangle. I wish you a merry wrangle. I wish you a merry wrangle. With no pontsu.
Thank you, Richard Hooper. And then painting and rambling with a visit from the Gyat Fairy. Let's go.
I saw kissing Santa Claus, and it should have been me.
It should have been me, not him. It's not fair. That's right. Thank you, painting and rambling. And you know what? That actually would not be out of character. Whoa, T-Bone! Big super chat right there, getting us mesmerized.
Reef for Blood D Beauty Bonza mates, Christmas time let's party. Get smashed with our waifus. How about 40 belly dancer waifus mesmerizing us under their yams?
Is it 40 days of Christmas now? We're blowing way past 12. No more 12 days of Christmas. It's 40 days of Christmas. And it's all maids milking. Holy shit, man. You guys, I'm still laughing at that. I saw some people referencing it in the Discord as well. It's like one of the best jokes that came out of Wednesday's channel surfing. Just every day of all 12 days of Christmas but every day is maids milking. So are we pushing it past? Is it 40 days of Christmas now? I wouldn't be opposed to that. But thank you, T-Bone, for that lyrical super chat right there. Richard Hooper's got another one for us. Let's go.
Now to finish. Jank tidings I bring, with Zook and the cheese. I wish you a merry wrangle. With no pontsu. Wowzers. EEEEEEEEEEEE.
That actually kind of rhymed too. Oh, Michael Russum with the bass dono. Let's go.
Merry Christmas, Bacon and Bacon Ears.
Thank you so much, Michael Russum. Really appreciate that.
Time to kick back and relax.
To the Baconeers, I give you the gift of Shantae EEEEEE.
I finally get a few days off, but when I come back, this happens! Oh, great! Shaboxa, you liar!
Hallelujah. Holy shit. Where is the Tylenol?
Let's go. Thank you, Whis. Tricking the system again. I guess it just rounds up. If you do 1 penny away, it just rounds up, but it still plays the appropriate super chat pop-up for that bracket there, and you don't quite take Stream Boss. 1 penny away from Stream Boss there, but thank you so much. Massive dono from Whis, massive from T-Bone. Lots of support right out the gate. We got some lyrical super chats coming in from T-Bone and Richard Hooper. Really appreciate it, guys. That's awesome. I'm feeling the Christmas spirit, man. You guys are so great. Thank you so much. But yeah, so we're ready to set sail into the weekend, okay? Cruise right on in to the weekend. You know, we're going to kick back, relax, just have a good time tonight, have some laughs. We're going to be A-logging some cartoons, going over the latest memes for these decades-old cartoons. And of course, we've got everybody's favorite segment of the week, the Waifu Roundup, coming up. So hopefully you guys have been keeping those Wrangle devices tuned up in tip-top condition, because we got some good ones for you. You know, little bit of the continuation of the snowball fight, although it's still in the works, okay? Master Krakken is actually going to level 2, all right? Last week it was level 1 of the snowball fight, just sort of like your normal one, you know, what you would kind of expect. But then he's like, oh, they liked that, did they? Because I was telling him about it. I was like, man, the Baconeers, man, they love that snowball fight. It was so much fun. We had a blast with that one last week. And he's like, oh, I like that, huh? Well, let's take it to level 2. So we might have to get into that one next week, because he's still working on them. But we have the Christmas party, okay? So that's sort of like the theme tonight with the Waifu Roundup, is it's the Christmas party. So they're all dressed up in their Santa outfits, ready to hang out. It's kind of funny. We watched a Christmas party earlier. Kakarot, actually, shout out to Kakarot, who played that one in OVTV, the Fairy Tale Christmas Party. That is a Christmas special right there. My goodness, that was way more insane than I expected it to be. I've actually never seen any of that series before. I'm just familiar with it because a lot of the characters are really popular. It was wild, though.
Merry Christmas, Bacon and my Baconeers. You guys have helped make my life be a lot less boring.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Prince of the Abyss. And that's what I love about the Baconeers. That's why you guys are the best community on YouTube, because it's never a dull moment. You know, you guys are cracking me up in these live streams. We're having a great time in the watch parties, riffing on stuff, finding all sorts of buried treasure when it comes to semi-lost media, and some not so lost. Actually, sometimes we watch stuff that's like very well known. It's all near and dear to us. But hey, it's fun to watch it with a group anyway. So it's kind of all over the place, you know, some stuff that's totally obscure, some stuff that's well known, or maybe something that you saw a long time ago and maybe forgot about. So, but it's always a really good time. Yeah, never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. That's why you guys are so awesome. So thank you for that one, Prince of the Abyss. Appreciate you. So yeah, we're going to get into it. Like I was saying, the Christmas party, really wild stuff that we saw earlier. So I don't know if it actually will be able to compete with that one. Although it did give me ideas. You know, they were playing like a game, you know, because it was a party, you know, they do games and stuff, social games. And it was kind of interesting, to say the least. But it gave me ideas. I'm like, I wonder if we could incorporate that some kind of way. You know, we've got the Stream Boss thing going on. And we've had Waifu Mania, you know, sort of the wrestling matches. We've had the snowball fight last week. I'm wondering if we can incorporate that game into it.
May all of your Christmas trees be a little bit over-friendly, for you waifus wrangle in strands of lights tangle, and just to rhyme EEEEEE.
Holy shit, that was perfect. Not only did it rhyme, even the meter was perfect. Like with all those extra E's. I don't know how you pulled that off, but that was amazing, painting and rambling, as well as a stealth check too. So we got a stealth check, failed, okay? Cake detected, all right? And then not only did you have a nice rhyme scheme right there, but even the meter worked out with all those extra E's. That's impressive. That is very impressive. Yes, some overly friendly Christmas trees to you all, okay? But thank you, Fainting and Rambling. That was awesome. All right. Stealth check, man, everything. And we got Shantae with the E elongated E. Holy shit, Medieval Syphilis comes in hot. We're rocking out. Holy shit, I was just about to say, we're checking off all the boxes now. Let's fucking go. Holy shit. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Where's the guitar wife? I can't find her. I'm zooking out right now. There we go. There we go. Put the guitars up. She's grinding on T-Bone and Philip Hobby in there. Eddie Vedder. She's rocking out. Imputi. Let's fucking go. Man, I'm zooking out. I'm zooking out right now. Holy shit, man. Woo! Beer drinking dwarf right there.
Howdy. My top guy Donnie Trump gave us a bonus and I can only assume he'd want me to spend it on thick gams and jiggly yams.
This is the place. Time to kick back and relax.
Christmas memory from me, going on holiday to Geelong, playing beach cricket with family and cousins. My older cousin hit the ball so high and long, I ran to catch the ball. Ran into a bikini babe, and caught the ball inside waifu toe EEEEE.
Wait, is that a true story? Hold on. Is that real? Is that a true story? I mean, I do believe that you were playing cricket during Christmas. You got to know what a crumpet is to understand cricket. But you also got to know that it's summer in Australia during Christmas. So, I mean, I believe that. But is that actually true? That sounds crazy. That sounds like a crazy scenario right there. But thank you, T-Bone, for that elongated E. And thank you, Medieval Syphilis, for the massive dono right there. 100 smackers. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, you know, I think you're right, though. I think you're right. You know, have you seen that AI video where it's very good for AI? Like the voice is spot on.
Time to kick back and relax.
Time to stroke out the robot.
Oh man, I was waiting. I was waiting for the second robot. You got one in there. But that was the most elongated E that we've had so far, and you did get it to robot at least once. But you know, you're good at that though. You're good at that though, Wolverine. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Love the Shantae stuff, man. It cracks me up. And then Medieval Syphilis. Yeah, have you seen that AI video where Trump, like, the voice is actually pretty good, and he's like, big titty goth girlfriends for all my homies. So when you say like, hey, gave us a bonus, I think this is what he'd want us to spend it on. You know, maybe not too far off there. Maybe not too far off there. You know, some big titty goth girlfriends. I remember a little bit more, but I can't say it all. If you've seen the video, if you know, you know. Okay, if you've seen the video, if you know that clip, then you know I can't really repeat too much of it. But that part was funny and applicable to this. So thank you guys so much, man. Zooking out over here. You got me zooking out. I was hitting like the wrong buttons. Other stuff was popping up there. Trying to get the guitar waifu. Yeah, and the goth IHOP. Okay, you know the one.
I have been summoned. Give me the ceiling birds. I hope you have purchased your copies of TM31 to 210. Cash, of course. During Christmas I tells you nice try instead of Merry Christmas.
Thank you, commies and I people, making the Boglum dance there. Well, I don't know, were you here on Wednesday for channel surfing? Michael Russum sent in the based Santa clip. That's a really good one. I was going to use it for the moment of Zook, but it was really good on Wednesday. And technically I used it last year for one of the Christmas moments of Zook. So I actually got something different for you that I don't think any of you have seen for later tonight.
Might have exaggerated some parts of that last super, but I did accidentally ran into a bikini babe waifu. Just wanted to make a Loveru fan service moment for you all.
Yeah, see, that's what it sounded. It sounded like a fan service moment. But, I do believe it, though. Like I said, cricket
It's summer down there for Christmas. So I get that. And, even when you're not looking, you're trying to catch it and you run into, if you're on the beach, of course, it's going to be a bikini clad waifu. So yeah, I believe it. I believe it. But thank you, T-Bone. Appreciate that. Ticket to ride on the BOOGA train there. And man, lots of good stuff. I told you guys, I said it right before all these came in. I was like, man, never a dull moment with the bacon ears. And lo and behold, you're cracking me up already with these super chats, man. I love the lyrical stuff, the funny stories. And then, of course, anytime you can reference the goth IHOP, anytime you can just bring that up out of nowhere, that's always a fun time, right? But yeah, the bass Santa clip, you might have to go back and check it out, man. Michael Russum. I'm actually surprised it's on YouTube, because I found it on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. I still call it Twitter. But yeah, Michael Russum found it on YouTube, sent it in. It's worth going back to check out, man. It's a great clip. So, yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff for you tonight, though. I got a really good moment of Zook at the end of the show. We've got the Saturday morning preview. We've got a little bit of news to get into, actually. Okay, a little bit. And then, as I already mentioned, everybody's favorite segment of the week, the Waifu Roundup. It's the Waifu Christmas Party. We are postponing or maybe just putting on pause so we can all, everybody's got to get along tonight, okay? The waifus, they all got to get along. No Frosty-Flakes, no snowball fights. It's Christmas, okay? It's Christmas. They all got to get along. So that's more of the theme tonight is the Waifu Christmas Party. They're all dressed up, ready to hang out. And then next week, we will resume the snowball fight. Okay, we'll resume that for next week. Or maybe we'll do some on the gaming stream. Because I am going to do a gaming stream on Sunday. So maybe we can get the snowball fight fired back up over there. And then continue it, finish it off, whatever, on Friday. But we also, next Friday, it's practically going to be the end of the year. So we might have to do some New Year's stuff. It's just so busy. So busy. I guess that's what holiday season, some people get stressed out. I can kind of get it. It's pretty busy. But I look at it as fun. I think it's fun. I would rather be busy than bored. And, it's never a dull moment with you guys. So I'd say it's fun. I'd say we're having a good time, So yeah, we're going to get into all sorts of good stuff tonight. I got a few memes cooked up. I was actually kind of surprised. I told you guys about it last week. I said, I don't know what we're going to have for memes this Friday, because I already mentioned it's going to be a lot of Christmas specials tomorrow morning. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to extract too many memes. Well, lo and behold, I was able to find some, and they were a lot crazier than I was expecting, okay? We're about to get into it. You're going to find out real soon. But yeah, not only did I get some memes out of these Christmas specials, but they're pretty wild, okay? They're you could say they're out of control. That's why I titled the stream that. This Christmas candy is out of control. It may not make sense to you right now, but once we go over it, that title is going to make perfect sense to you. And yeah, it's some wild stuff that I found. Okay, most of it is this for tomorrow morning's lineup is stuff that I've been planning for weeks. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a whole Christmas special thing. It's not really Saturday morning cartoons per se. It is animation, okay, but not necessarily stuff that ever aired on Saturday morning. But we're airing it on Saturday morning, okay? That's when we're gonna watch it. That's when we're airing it. So technically it counts. But I've been planning it for weeks, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know. It's not like the most zooked out stuff, It's not like stacked and packed wall to wall with waifus like most of the cartoons that we normally watch, right? But there's some wild stuff in there, okay? And also a special shout out. I forgive me for not remembering who exactly it was, but somebody sent in one of the Disney Silly Symphony clips on Wednesday. And we were talking about, entering the public domain, and, some of they're from like the 30s, so some of these are so old that surely they're in the public domain. But then we were discussing it, and like Disney apparently twisted the arm of the government and was like, no, it can't be 65 years, can't even be 75 years. You've got to extend it all the way out to 95 years. We want to hold on to those IPs as long as we possibly can, milk them dry, But regardless, I think some of them still entered into the public domain, at least in the visual area. Like the music, I uploaded them, right? And the music got claimed, but not the cartoon itself, which is fine because music, with very few exceptions, will not get blocked. Like music, you know, you can play it in the background. As I do on my streams, you can have it as an intro, whatever. And yeah, they'll take whatever ad revenue, even if my channel's not even monetized, but they'll play commercials and they'll take the ad revenue anyway, right? But at least they'll let you use it. So that was the weird thing, is that they claimed all the songs in it, but not the cartoon. But I'm like, hey, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not monetized. I'm not here for the ad revenue. This channel is supported by baconeers like you, okay? And at least we get to have the cartoons in the lineup. But it also means that we get some pretty wild stuff. They were doing things differently back in the 30s, okay? We're going to find out soon. But yeah, they were doing things differently back then. It's pretty wild, okay? A little out of control. But it's going to be fun. I think you guys are in for a really good time, and it'll be something different. You know, that's one of the things I'm really looking forward to the most, is how it's really going to be something different than what we're used to with the Saturday morning lineup. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But let's see who we got in here, okay? Looks like we got a good crowd. Almost 100 already, right off the bat. Almost 100 people in here. Be sure to like up the stream if you're ready for some Christmas craziness, okay? Because it's gonna be kind of crazy, all right? So like up the stream for me, and let's say hi to the folks that we got in the chat. I see a lot of you guys already know the moldy oldie baconeers. They already know. Look at it. Preemptive bacon going up there. But if you're new, I'll let you know what to do. You just gotta put that bacon in the sky. Send it way up high, all the way up into orbit. All right, let's see it go. Look at it go. It's flying up there already. Let's go. Let's see what we got in here. I see Kenzo's Creations, my eternal rival in Crossfire. It's Zoomerang Friday. That's right. And Nocturna will be mine. We got Gojira, aka Philip Fabian. What's going on, man? There's DJ Craze. Disney wasn't much good for Doctor Who either. Oh no, yeah, they got like the death touch these days, but they used to make some pretty good stuff. Richard Hooper is here. What's up? We got Michael Russum. Hail, brother. What's going on? T-Bone, the Bard. What's up, T-Bone Tony? Kakarot is here, man. And again, thank you for showing those Christmas specials earlier. It was pretty much one of the craziest ones I've ever seen. But gave me some ideas. You know, I think we might have to incorporate that game some kind of way. It looked like too much fun. Retro Ryu is here. What's going on? We got Ronald Neal, Daharka88. Hail, brother. What's up? We've got the Stud Comics as pre-code before 1936. Well, maybe that's why. Maybe maybe music is different. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of them were before 1936, so I think we were able to just slip them by there. We got Storm Shield. What's up, Storm Shield? Yeah, look at all those lovely bacon images. Christmas bacon, that's right. Let's see, Eddie Valiant. What's going on, Eddie Valiant? Yeah, Disney Star Wars is unwatchable. I concur. Ron McChaos is here. Hail, brother. We got Brave Expanse, Mr. 2K himself. Really, I should just call you Mr. 3K because, you know, you just stack the titles. You were Mr. 1K, then 2K. We're just going to call you Mr. 3K, or to shorten it up, the Stream Emperor. Okay, what's up, Brave Expanse? Good to see you, man. We got Dalu8738. Man, that profile picture looks familiar, but YouTube has done this name change thing, so apologies if I don't immediately recognize you, but it does look familiar. I don't know. What was the name before? Tell me what the name was before. Then we got Hellspawn Leviathan. Hail, brother. What's going on? There's Ace of Spades 88. Good to see you in the chat as well, man. Hopefully you're doing well. I know it's been kind of busy lately, but hopefully you're doing well. And it's always good to see you in the chat, man. A very, very talented artist right there. We got Gabriel Villegas. What's going on, Gabriel Villegas? K. Ojo, master of the emojis in the chat right there. We got Saint Adam. Hail, brother, with the O/ with the bacon. What's up? Carlos Cal is here. We got Imputi sneaking a little fire in there. He's roasting that bacon. All right, let's go. Ricardo Vasquez is in here, giving some thumbs up. Good to see you, man. Let's see. I got to scroll Got to do a lot of scrolling. That's a lot of bacon. I love to see it. Rooster 0084. We got Kyle Conklin. Duo Maxwell with the festive bacon. Look at all those Christmas trees. I like to see that. No Name OVA. Got a banana in there with all the bacon. Okay, interesting. That's a choice. Wolverine is here. What's up, Wolverine? Let's see. We got Contador. What's going on, man? Tweety 6545. We got the beer drinking dwarf. Cheers, buddy. There's Master Godai, aka Mr. Two Scoops. There's another talented artist. What's up, man? Good to see you. We got Tim J. Hail, brother. What's going on? Tomatoes, Killer Tomatoes. What's up, man? Let's see. There's Neo 007. Even with the name change, I still remember the 007 used to be in there, so that's how I'm gonna say it. YouTube can't stop me, okay? They can change the names, but my memory's not that bad. We got Bloodwork for crying in the mud, Bobby. Everybody run. It's Bloodwork. Commies Are Not People is here. What's up, man? We got Prince of the Abyss says, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Hell yeah, man. That's a classic right there. Home Alone, one of the greatest. And that line, too. One of the best one-liners. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. We got Sonic Jaded. What's going on, Sonic Jaded? Mr. Kezardrix is here. Let's see who else. We got Chester Stevens, one half of the Cheddar Swiss Coalition. And we saw Wiss earlier with the Too Much Cake Dono, the other half of the Cheddar Swiss Coalition, the tag team champions, making their presence known. Good to see you, man. We got Leave Me Alone, Please No. What's up? Cyric is here. We've got Vixen 4327, Rex Rude 99. Hail, brother. What's going on? Oh, I see that just at the very end, and amongst all that bacon, got an O/ with the bacon. Hell yeah. Kyle Conklin is here. What's going on, man? There's Medieval Civilist, our stream boss. Thank you again for that massive dono, brother. Really appreciate it. That's a Christmas-sized dono, okay? That's a T-Bone, Wiss, and of course, Medieval Civilist with the Christmas-sized donos, man. Thank you guys so much. There's DJ Hellspun. That's actually a pretty cool name. I like that. If you actually would make music, I'd check it out. You know, there's a lot of DJ names out there putting, hopefully it's electronic music. That's what I think of anyway. When I see like a DJ name, I'm thinking of like techno, house music, electronic stuff. DJ Hellspun, I'm like, okay, I would check that out. Maybe some good house music. That'd be awesome. We got Omegon. What's going on, Omegon? There's Tyler. What's up, Tyler? Let's see who else. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. There's James D. Morris says, greetings, Orbital. I don't know. I slipped into Skeletor there for no reason, but there you go. Good to see you, James D. Morris. Let's see who else we got in here. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Did I get St. Adam? I think I did. There's Rob TV. We got Reluctant. What's going on, Reluctant? Let's see. Definitely not Hunter Batista, who's definitely not fooling anybody. We all know you're actually Hunter Batista. Let's go. Let's see. Scrolling down. There's Waste of Space, a.k.a. Cheetos, a.k.a. the #1 troll, with his favorite catchphrase, and one of mine as well, Bah Coop. There you go. Let's see. Did I catch everybody? I'm scrolling down. I think I cleared all the bacon, but want to make sure I didn't miss anyone. If I did, just put some bacon in the chat or just say hi, whatever you want. And I'll make sure I get a shout out to you. Or if you'd like to really get my attention, you can yell at me through a super chat. I say yell at me, and then Kitty reads it all like calm and collected. But that's how I one of these days, I feel like Kitty's going to just completely zook out. We've heard him do it before. He gets a little on the zook there sometimes. Goes crazy with those super chats. There's Painting and Rambling. Yeah, slipped into Skeletor for the royal boobs. That's right. Maybe it was because of Kakarot's profile picture. That one time I smiled. I am not nice. I don't like to feel good. I like to feel evil. Oh, man. Speaking of great one-liners from Christmas specials, Skeletor is up there too. In fact, I think it's a little underrated. Everybody loves the Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. But you gotta love Skeletor's one-liners from the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special, okay? I am not nice. I don't want to feel good. I like to feel evil. All right, so hopefully everybody's doing well, though. It's great to see all you guys here. Like I said, we got all the segments lined up for you tonight. Saturday morning preview. We got some news to get into, and then we got the waifu roundup. And of course, we'll finish out the show with a Christmas themed moment of Zook. All right, so pretty full show, full show for you. Yeah, I've got a Skeletor figure. He's on my desk right now. Okay, I actually have one. When they did the cartoon collection, you know, the ones where they make them look like they're actually from the show, because a lot of the action figures, especially the older ones, it's like nothing the way they look like in the show. And then even some of the newer ones don't necessarily look just right. T-Bone's giving us another visit from the Gyat Fairy.
Tree, rock the Christmas tree. Tree, rock the come with me.
All right, Wolverine, you've got some competition, man. For making Kitty zook out with the E, elongated E. Holy shit.
Merry Christmas to one and all Baconeers. May your drinks be plentiful, the pizza rolls be crisp, and the waifus be in tiny mini skirts.
Thank
Stay
you,
warm
Reverb
and enjoy the
154.
stream, guys. If we count every time the Horde bots tackled She-Ra as a separate wrangle, then she had about 6 in a 2-minute period. The Queen of Wrangle Escape is the new Wrangle Queen.
Yeah, oh, that's a toughie. I don't know. We're going to have to go to the judges on that one. You know, because like the tackle, if it doesn't, it needs to result in a full wrangle. But they tackle her and she immediately just starts kicking their ass because she is the master of unwrangling. So I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. I'm going to say for now, we might have to go back and review the footage. Okay, we're going to have to review the footage and make the call. But for now, Lady J does still hold the title. There's a couple of contenders out there, you know, Jasmine, Diana from Martin Mystery, couple of contenders out there, but Lady J is still the queen. But yeah, we'll have to review the footage because she does get tackled by those Horde Doom bots. What are they called? Are they Doom bots or just Horde bots? Whatever they are. They do tackle her a lot, but she's the master of unwrangling, so it doesn't usually stick, you know? She just immediately kicks her ass because she kicks high. You know, Ik Ben Shira, she kicks high. All right. But thank you, T-Bone Tony, for cracking me up with that E elongated E. I lost count. It was like 4 robots. Then he started getting all sing-songy with it. That Wolverine, you've got some competition now when it comes to mastering the E elongated E, making it robot like that. That was insane. That was insane. Kitty's on the Zook. Holy shit, Chester Stevens getting us mesmerized with that big dono right there.
Speaking of Wrangle Queens, I think Sweet Miss Lucy deserves at least a nomination after what we saw this afternoon.
Yeah, you know, she was getting wrangled. They were after her, man. They were after her. I mean, can you blame them? And that's what I was saying before. It's like I've never actually seen any of that show before. I'm just really familiar with a lot of the characters and like memes and stuff because it's real popular. Like I know it's real popular, and at this point, it's starting to get kind of quote unquote old. I don't actually consider it old, but you know, a lot of like younger people, if you're just like 5 years, oh, that's old, you know. But I know it was like really popular, and the memes and the characters and everything was all over the internet. So even though I've never seen it, I had no idea what like half their names were. I didn't know like they all have these crazy powers, like shooting fireballs and ice. It was like the X-Men basically. It was crazy. All these like superpowers. So I was all like, whoa, what the hell's going on? But it was really cool to see. And then, yeah, finally saw the scene that actual clip is from right there. That super chat pop-up. I didn't even know it was from the movie. I just thought it was from a random episode or something. Apparently it's from the movie. But yeah, it makes total sense, though. Makes total sense. It's, you know, sometimes, you know, context is nice, you know? Context is nice. As Yakarad says, and the yams. Don't forget the yams. Never, never, sir. But thank you, Chester Stevens, for that big Christmas-sized dono right there. Thank you so much, man. The other half of the Cheddar Swiss Coalition right there. Like I said, the tag team champions making their presence known. Let's go. And before I forget, speaking of making their presence known, let's hail the stream boss, all right? Medieval Syphilis with that massive Christmas-sized dono. Hold on, we'll get after this.
A proper wrangle consists of the waifu being restrained, unable to escape on her own for a period of at least 5 minutes. And thus, the tackle must result in a proper wrangle for it to be counted towards the record.
Well, there you go. The referee has made his decision. All right. Reverb 154 just stepping in. He's like, look, I've got my black and white striped shirt on right now. I got the whistle and I'm just going to make the call. Okay. It has to result in her being restrained for at least 5 minutes, not of actual screen time. But, you know, we just had, it's a little bit of a foggy area there, a little fuzzy, a little hazy, because time passes oddly in cartoons. But, you know, as long as it feels like 5 minutes, then that's what it, you know, there you go. So he just made a ruling on the play. And so She-Ra is the master of unwrangling, the unwrangle queen, but not the wrangle queen. That goes to Lady J. She retains it, okay? She retains it. Thank you, Reverb 154. All right, but Medieval Syphilis, man, massive Christmas-sized dono. You've got Stream Boss right now with a mighty 100 hit points on the health bar. That is a Stream Boss to beat right now. So all hail Medieval Syphilis. Let's get some pizza rolls raining. Let's get the waifu swanging. Thank you so much for the big support, everybody. Real big support right out the gate from all the Baconeers. Really appreciate it, guys. I guess you're wanting to see the.
Then repositioning an already wrangled waifu doesn't count.
See, and now it's like, well, then okay, we're gonna discount one of Lady J, and if she was already wrangled, and then they just moved her to another location and re-wrangled her in a new technique or whatever, but she was already, then it doesn't count. Well, but she's still the wrangle queen because the contention there was, did she get wrangled 5 times or only 4? 4 was the record already. And then when we watched the episode again, we're like, well, maybe there's a 5th one in there. So that would have just made her even more in the lead. She still holds the record. Okay, so even if you say, all right, she's already wrangled and then they just move her to another location, even if they wrangle her up a different way, you're saying it doesn't count. Well, she still holds the record at 4. Eddie Valiant is saying, look, this is getting complicated. That's why we have referees, man. That's why we have referees. Because, yeah, it does get a little complicated sometimes, you know. You get a little mesmerized, a little confused with all these wrangle rules, you know. That's why we have referees, all right? That's exactly why. So, but thank you guys so much. Big support right out the gate. Something tells me you guys want to see the waifu Christmas party later in the roundup. Yeah, take notes. That's what St. Adam says. Look, you know, not even on the computer. Be old school. Get out the actual paper and pen. Okay, get out the paper and pen, the notebook, and take notes. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. But yeah, so I think we're actually gonna see some waifus for the Christmas party later on in the roundup. But let's go ahead. I think that's enough hot dogging and grandstanding. I think we took care of all the business right out of the gate here. So let's go ahead and get into the Saturday morning preview, our first segment tonight. So as I've mentioned plenty of times by now, it's a morning full of Christmas specials. So rather than individual episodes of actual Saturday morning cartoons, or even weekday cartoons, as some people like to point out in the comments from time to time, they're like, hey, wait a minute, this didn't air on Saturday, this was during the week, or this was on Sunday. Well, I show them on Saturday morning, so there's Saturday morning cartoons now. But even with that being said, none of these are that. They didn't air on Saturday morning, they didn't air during the week. These are all Christmas specials. Some of them aired on prime time, or maybe they were like direct to video or something like that. I don't know if they all, some of them I know did originally air on TV, but I think 1 or 2 maybe not. But it doesn't matter because we're airing them tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, the usual time. And I managed to still make it almost an exact 3-hour block. I think it might be like a couple of minutes shy of a full 3 hours. Sometimes we go a little over, you know, but I always try to hit that 3 hour mark. So it might be like over at 11:55. You know what I mean? It might be like 11:55 when the credits are rolling. But still, we basically got the full 3 hour block for you. So 9 to noon Eastern Standard Time, and it's all Christmas specials. Okay, so some really good stuff, and going all over the place too, like all the way back into the 30s with the Disney Silly Symphony. And then we've got some stuff from the 70s, some stuff from the 80s. So yeah, we're kind of all over the place tomorrow as well. So it's going to be a nice variety. It's going to be a lot of fun. But one of my favorites, one of my all-time favorites, and this one, I don't even know if a lot of people realize that it really is, mostly anyway, a Christmas movie. It really is more like a movie. It's like an hour and a half. It's movie length. So I don't know if you consider it a special or just an outright movie. But the vast majority of it takes place in a Christmas setting. They talk about Christmas a lot, even though a certain someone tries to keep Christmas from coming. And I'm not talking about the Grinch, okay? I'm not talking about the Grinch, all right? There's someone else out there, a waifu, an evil waifu. You guys know who I'm talking about? So when you think who's going to keep Christmas from coming, it's always winter, but never Christmas. Who could that be? And it's not the Grinch. It's an evil waifu. Okay, evil waifu. It's always winter, but never Christmas. She's on the thumbnail. That should be a dead giveaway. Okay, that should be a dead giveaway right there. She's on the thumbnail. So that's right. I'm talking about the White Queen from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This is the one from 1979. Like I said, we've got stuff from all over the different decades. Yeah, the White Witch. Did I say White Queen? She calls herself a queen, but I guess she's more of the White Witch. The White Queen's from X-Men, right? See, I'm still thinking of X-Men from the fairy tale or whatever earlier. It's crazy. Got mutants on the brain here. But yeah, so we've got the White Witch, the White Queen, whatever you want to. Actually, we're gonna figure. We're about to find out the proper way that you're supposed to address her. Okay, I'm getting a little confused here. I'm like, White Queen, White Witch. I don't know. I think she has like a regular name as well. But we're about to find out. We're about to find out the proper way that you're supposed to address her. She's going to say it very clearly. And so we've got from 1979, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And this is my personal favorite. I know there's many adaptations of this story. I also remember reading the book, the original book back in the day as well. But I always loved this cartoon. It's pretty janky. The animation is pretty janky. It's very 70s. Even though it's 79, you would think it was like early 70s, maybe even late 60s, just how it looks, like the design of the characters and how janky the animation can be from time to time. You would be forgiven for thinking that it was like late 60s, early 70s. But it's 1979, and I absolutely adore it. I saw it as a young bacon bit, instantly loved it, and I try to watch it every year for Christmas. So we're going to make this a Christmas tradition here and watch it tomorrow morning. But let's see how we are supposed to properly address the White Queen, the White Witch. What is her name? I don't know. Let's find out. What are we supposed to call her here?
And what, pray tell, are you?
My name's Edmund.
Is that how you address a queen?
Yes, Mummy. Sorry, Mummy.
You know what happens to bad boys?
Yes, Mummy.
So I got it all wrong. None of the things I said was right. Yeah, her name is Jadis. Yeah, she has like an actual name. Her name is Jadis. But it's not the White Queen or the White Witch. It's Mommy. Yes, Mommy. So yeah, I got it all wrong there. Okay, I got it all wrong. That's how you're supposed to address her. Okay. So we've got that coming up as basically like the main event. You know, it's the longest of all the specials. It's practically a movie. It's like a little over an hour. I don't know if it's quite an hour and a half, but it's definitely over an hour. So might as well be like a movie. And so yeah, we've got this as like the main event tomorrow. But like I said, it's my favorite. I love this movie. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Can I have some more Turkish delight? Some more Turkish delight? Yeah, there you go. I see people that are like, wait, what? What? Did you not catch that? Do I need to play it again? Did you not catch that one? Play it one more time.
And what, pray tell, are you?
My name's Edmund.
Is that how you address a queen?
Yes, Mummy. Sorry, Mummy.
You know what happens to bad boys?
Yes, Mummy.
So I expect to see that in the chat tomorrow morning whenever she shows up. She's awesome too. Like the voice actress is just chewing devouring the scenery. Okay, she's so over the top, by far the most over the top character in the whole thing. You know, like it's got like that pretty classic cheesy voice acting, but she takes it to another level. So over the top, just devouring the scenery. So yeah, whenever she's on, I expect chat to address her properly. Okay. I expect everybody to address her in a proper fashion there, all right? So yeah, we've got The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe from 1979 as the main event, right smack dab in the middle. There'll be a couple of things before it and a couple of things after it, but right smack dab in the middle, that is the main event. But let's get in. You think that, okay, you know, kind of funny, all right, just a little meme there, whatever. That's not even the half of it. Let's get into the real crazy stuff, okay? The real crazy stuff. That's a little cheesy, a little janky, but it's fun, and I love it. But let's see what was going on back in the 30s with the Silly Symphony, okay? Disney Silly Symphony. It's just skating on that line, ice skating on that line of being in public domain, but hey, we're allowed to use it, so it's good to go. And we're gonna see how crazy things were. Now we got a taste of it. Okay, we got a hint on Wednesday on channel surfing because somebody sent in a clip that contained this image right here, and I was instantly losing my shit. Like I was just laughing my ass off because I'm like, whoa, buddy, Santa's in blackface. So, you know, it comes down the chimney and instantly it's hilarious. But it turns out this is the gift that just keeps on giving because this is at the start. Okay, this is how this particular Silly Symphony starts out. Okay, Santa's a home invader. Okay, Santa the home invader. He comes in wearing blackface, and I'm like, holy shit, man, this is wild. But I didn't even understand the half of it because, like I said, this is just how this one starts. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And I don't mean just the short itself. I'm talking about blackface. It just keeps happening. Okay, they did things differently back in the 30s, all right? It just keeps happening. So here we have towards the end when Santa's leaving. So after he's filled the stockings, after he's done the home invasion, right? We get one more instance and it's arguably even worse, okay? It's or better, depending on how you look at it. So check this out. Oh no! Wait, did he just do an E, elongated E? Holy shit. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. I told you it's... Yeah, it's like even more because like with Santa, you can tell it's like, oh, he's got all the other soot and charcoal like all over him. So it's very obvious that it's he got that from coming down the chimney. But if you just look at this screenshot, just completely removed from all context, it's like, now wait a minute. They knew exactly what they were doing. He even has the white around his mouth, like the way he's smiling and everything. They put a shine on his forehead, okay? He's got the shine on his forehead. So they knew exactly what they were doing. Did he do a little elongated E in there? I was kind of laughing over it. Let's take a look. Rewind the footage. Judges, we're going to see that again. Yeah, he did a little E, elongated E right there. He doesn't care. He's like, look, there's no internet, okay? This is the fucking 30s. There's no social media. There's no internet. I'm not going to get canceled. You know, so Santa left me with 2 presents. He's got the one under the tree, and he gave me blackface. Yeah, is he even Junior? It doesn't even matter at this point. He's taking it. He's like, look, that's mine's, okay? That present is mine's now. Santa gave me the best Christmas. Look, I'm taking all the gifts. Shit. All right? They don't even have smoke detectors back there. I'd play the chirp, but even that would be out of place. They don't even have smoke detectors back then, okay? No ceiling birds, no internet to get canceled. It's just the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, that's no fire alarms. That's right, Imputi. So, yeah, I'm like, holy shit. This episode is bonkers, okay? Like, I was laughing on Wednesday when they sent it in, but we just watched like the first bit. And right out the gate, you know, Santa comes in looking like a home invader. But then it just cranks it up. But guess what, guys? Guess what? That's not even the craziest, okay? That's just this episode, you know, with Junior here, with Junior, if that's his real name. I don't know. Is that actually, is he just claiming the present, or is it actually him? I don't know. But that was like the tip of the iceberg, because once I realized, because I did a test, right? I ran the test here to make sure that this particular one, since that's the one that we saw on Wednesday, I thought, well, I got to put that in there, you know? So I ran the test. It passed the copyright. All they did was claim the music. So I'm like, all right, I'm putting that in there. But then I thought, well, there's a lot of silly symphonies out there, you know? And while they went on for well past the 30s, so they're not all in the public domain, but there's plenty of them that are in the 30s or even before. I think it was like 1929 or something, whenever they said they were like in black and white. But, you know, I'm like, maybe there's some more out there. Maybe there's another Christmas one. And yeah, there's a couple more Christmas ones. I see T-Bone in the chat saying Santa's Workshop. That's one of the other ones, but it's pretty tame, you know. We're looking for that good Zook, okay? We're looking for that good Christmas jank.
We like Zook, see?
We like Zook, see, all right? We're looking for that good Zook here, okay? I want the Christmas jank, the Christmas Zook, okay? We're looking for the good stuff, all right? So if we already got blackface, how could it get any... You telling me it gets crazier? Really? There's something that surpasses this? Well, this is where we get to the title of tonight's stream, that these Christmas candies, they're out of control, okay? They go full Zook, maybe even further beyond. I don't know if I have an adequate title, an adequate descriptor for what you're about to see. So we have, you know, the night before Christmas, Santa comes. He's looking like a home invader because he gets too much of the soot on his face. He leaves some presents, and then he gives one of the kids blackface as well. That's pretty wild, all right? It'll give us some laughs. But then we're going to go full Zook, okay? Cranking it all the way up to 11, full Zook with the cookie parade, okay? You might, and if you're just skimming through titles, you might have missed this one. You might not have even realized that this is a Christmas episode. Oh, but it is. Notice all the gingerbread houses in the background, the candy canes, okay? Definitely a Christmas episode. But it centers around these sentient desserts, all right? All of the Christmas candies and cookies and cakes. A cake waifu, that's right. We talk about like secure the cake. Well, in this one, the cake might secure you, okay? Because they've all come to life. They're having a parade, and they're actually going to judge each other on who's the best. Which is the best of all the candy waifus, of all the sentient cakes, okay? Which one is the best? Is it Miss Banana Cake right here? I don't know, chat. What are you guys thinking? What do you think right here? Is it any takers for Miss Banana Cake? Maybe you prefer a little Miss Peppermint. Miss Peppermint's not looking too bad, actually. Okay? She's actually not looking too bad right there. Little Miss Peppermint, okay? So that's a pretty ornate cake right there as well. She's even got the peppermint sticks, as the rollers on the bottom. So that's not a bad cake waifu, right? Okay. So banana cake, banana cake's actually delicious, but Miss Banana Cake, she's okay. She's okay. Miss Peppermint, looking all right. But even this is Disney, okay? This is Disney. You got to keep that in mind for several reasons. You got to keep that in mind for several reasons. Because even back in the 30s, Disney was trying to be inclusive. They were like, well, we got to have representations from all over in our sentient cake parade here, okay? All the candies and the cookies and the cakes are coming to life. They're having a parade and they're going to basically have a beauty contest. Well, we got to represent them all, okay? Even back in the 30s, yeah. So how about Miss Coconut on her little frosted igloo here? Her coconut shaving Eskimo, what do they call that? A parka? I don't know. There's a little cookie penguin there, the frosted igloo, the candy cane sled, little Miss Coconut, right? Oh, but you might be thinking, okay, well, that's not too bad. Clearly they definitely made her look like an Eskimo, like clearly, like very, very Eskimo. Yes, much Eskimo, right? Miss Coconut is much Eskimo, but they're not done yet. Okay. Like I said, you got to remember this is Disney for two reasons. They're being inclusive, but it's also 1930s Disney. Okay. So take a look at this. Miss Licorice. Oh no. Holy shit, man. Being drawn by, because there's like a cookie penguin, the little gingerbread man for the other one. Miss Banana had her own little banana float on wheels, but Miss Licorice is being pulled by her licorice man. Mammy Licorice. Duo Maxwell says Mammy Licorice. Look at her fucking face. She's like cross-eyed. Holy shit, man. Oh, yeah, Miss... I don't even know if I can read everything that people are saying in chat. Oh, yeah, Uncle Walt was based. Okay, he was still around. Okay, he was still around. So, yeah, our social credit score is plummeting right now. I don't care. This is fucking hilarious. Okay, this is fucking hilarious. So yeah, you've also got Miss Licorice here in the lineup. Like I said, they're trying to represent them all. Okay, they're trying to represent them all. Okay, inclusion. But this is how it should be done. Accurate. Okay, accurate. Yeah, they went full silly on this symphony, okay? Yeah, she's cross-eyed. Look at her. Her eyes are looking in two different directions, man. I don't even know if that's cross-eyed. Oh.
I don't know. I saw the parka, but where were her coconuts?
I don't know, man. The perfectly timed ooga booga right there. Okay? Did you do that on purpose? I think you did that on purpose. The ooga booga. All right? Ooga booga. So, yeah, there you go. There's Miss Licorice. But then, of course, we have, like I said, it is a bit of a contest here. So we need to have a winner. And it's none of these. All right? It's none of these. Maybe it is our cookie queen right here. Okay? All right? Maybe it is our cookie queen who's actually going to take home the prize.
Best part, the early voice actor for Goofy voices a character in this one.
Hey, all right, Crossfire, no spoilers here, man. No spoilers. I mean, I don't know. That's not really like a spoiler, but it's either you guys know this one or you're starting to do your research. Everybody's furiously typing like, holy shit, what is this? I got to learn more. You're going to see it tomorrow morning, okay? Just wait. Don't spoil it for yourselves. Don't go look it up. I see a couple of people making comments in chat like, oh, look, wait, go look up this one. Go, yeah, Just calm down. Calm down. No spoilers. Don't ruin it for yourselves. Wait and watch it with the bacon ears tomorrow morning. I'm not done yet, by the way, with the clips and the images and stuff. So before you go telling me to like look up certain things, just calm down. Calm down, okay? We're building it up. You know, I like to give a good presentation for you, all right? Just wait, okay? Because we have our cookie queen right here. And she's looking pretty nice, all dressed up. And I like the creativity. You know, we saw it earlier with like the banana and the peppermints and the candy canes and all that, right? Well, they got pretty creative with her dress here. You might notice, looks like she's wearing a bit of frosting there. Exactly how, though? How did she come to get that dress? How indeed did she come to get that dress? Well, let's find out. Let's find out, because these cookies, like I said, these Christmas candies and cookies, they're out of control. And not just because of Miss Eskimo or Coco, what was it? Coconut? Not because of Miss Coconut and Miss Licorice. That's not all. The cookies themselves are running wild. And you could say the cookies have gone wild. I don't know. They're out of control. So here we go. The gingerbread man that has already been pointed out. Yes, he's got the voice of Goofy. But let's see what's going on here. How did she come by that dress? Little Turkish delight. Yeah, powder the face. Okay.
Framing. It's raining.
Holy shit. That's one of the biggest cases of framing I think I've ever seen. Whoa, buddy. Not the eclair. Holy shit. It even made the little poot noise. The poop poop. Holy shit. So now you've seen how the dress was made. It's kind of like, you know, seeing how the sausage is made, you know, might freak you out. Well, now you've seen how the dress is made. Is nothing sacred? That's right, Prince of the Abyss. Is nothing sacred? Not the eclair. Poot poot. Total framing. These cookies, these Christmas candies, they're out of control.
Framing. That's raining.
That's framing. Oh, buddy, that's framing. Disney, no. Holy shit, man. Oh, it's out of control. I'm telling you guys, this is completely batshit insane. Oh, man. But we still haven't seen the actual winner, okay? You thought maybe it'd be the Cookie Queen. She definitely has main character energy. And I do see that the chat is, you know, they're kind of like, well, maybe banana, peppermint's all right. I even saw some people saying, you know, despite being cross-eyed and whatever with Miss Licorice, I saw one or two people saying they'd take Miss Licorice. I don't know, man. I don't know. You guys might already be on the Zook, but let's see. I think this one right here is going to be the hands down winner. Okay. I don't know. I want to see what you guys think. Okay. So we've got the Cookie Queen, Miss Banana, Miss Peppermint, Coconut. I think there's a few others. I didn't even take a screenshot of every single one. There's a lot of them in here. Okay. There's a lot of them, but I'm thinking if I know the Baconeers, like I know the Baconeers, Contador, stop spoiling it. If I know the Baconeers like I know the Baconeers, it's going to be Miss Jello. There you go. There you go. Imputee is like telling me not to spoil it. I mean, shit. Contador is already, he's like pinging me in the chat. He's basically spamming it. I know about the Jello. I was trying to build up to that. Thank you. The Jello, okay? There you go. There you go. Trying to do a presentation here. Trying to build up to these things. Okay? And you guys are like, "Oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you everything that you should make jokes about." So let me handle it. Holy shit. But I mean, I guess I appreciate your enthusiasm. But yeah, what do you guys think, though? What do you guys think? Jello, Miss Jello, the Cookie Queen, Miss Peppermint. Better not be Miss Licorice. I better not see anybody say that. But I know how. Yeah, I'm trying to be a professional here, Kenzo. Trying, okay? I'm trying. People are getting like a little over eager. It's all right. It's all right. Got to calm down. But yeah, I know how the Baconeers. I know we appreciate Jello physics, pudding physics, whatever you might call it. But there's also the framing with the eclair, poot poot, the Cookie Queen. Yeah. I'm already seeing people give her some other nicknames that I don't think I can repeat. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Maybe too much. Yeah, Miss Jello might have a little too much. Might have a little too much, okay? But yeah, it's fucking wild, all right? It's fucking wild. That's what I'm saying, man. You thought the one with Santa doing blackface was crazy, or even that he gives the kid blackface. I still don't think it's as crazy as this cookie parade. The candy's gone wild, okay? The Christmas candy has gone wild. They're out of control. They've gone off the rails, okay? They're out of control. So yeah, it's going to be a fun morning, though. It's going to be a fun morning. I'm looking forward to checking all these out with you guys. Some of them are favorites that I watch practically every year, like The Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe. And then some of them are a little bit newer, even if I might have seen them. I'm sure I saw these silly symphony ones back when I was a little bacon bit, but I have long forgotten about them. They weren't Christmas traditions where I'd watch them every year, and especially not in today's context. You know, a lot of that stuff would have just gone right over my head as a young bacon bit. So watching them now with today's climate, you know, the context of how things are today, and then especially with the Baconeers, we can all riff on it. I think it's going to be an awesome time. And that's not even all. You know, there's a couple more in there. Like I said, we got some stuff from the 30s, the 70s, the 80s. So I didn't want to give it all away. The main event, obviously, is Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe because it's nearly a movie length. So that one's right in the middle. But you got some stuff before it. You got some stuff after it. It's going to be crazy. Zooked out. I wasn't even expecting it to be this zooked out because, you know, it's like it's Christmas time, right? Christmas specials. But no, we got the Zook, okay? We got it.
We like Zook, see?
We got the Zook, okay? We got it. It's going to be awesome. So that'll be a full 3-hour block tomorrow morning, 9 to noon. Looking forward to seeing you guys there. We can riff on all of these things. And of course, now we know the proper way to address the White Queen or the White Witch, Mommy, whatever you want to call her, okay? You got options. You got options. So it's going to be awesome. All right, guys? So that is tomorrow morning's lineup for you. Now, let's talk about tomorrow night's Anime Grindhouse, because I mentioned it last week that I was going to try to do a Christmas special of the Anime Grindhouse, but that didn't really pan out as I was hoping. You know, there's plenty, okay? Not for lack of trying or even a lack of content. There's plenty of anime that have done Christmas episodes. I mean, I was talking about one that Kakarot showed earlier. You know, there's tons, old and new, that have done Christmas episodes or Christmas specials, whatever you want to call them, right? But the vast majority get blocked. And some that didn't used to get blocked are now blocked. So, like, I was going through my list because I'm like, all right, I've got a couple that I know are still good to go. Like 2 episodes basically still cleared it that I knew that they would. And then I was going back and I'm like, oh yeah, Robotech. Robotech had a Christmas episode, but that has since been blocked. I had Robotech on an old lineup. Hey, T-Bone, let's go.
The small one, about the donkey on VHS. I saw many of Disney shorts on that tape.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Thank you, T-Bone. Appreciate it. So yeah, like Robotech, I had in a previous Saturday morning lineup, and it has since gotten blocked. So I actually had to take it out of that Saturday morning lineup and could not include it in the Anime Grindhouse. And then some of the others that I wasn't sure of, because I've never played any of the series before, but I was just looking through all the different anime that have Christmas episodes, and they practically all get blocked. So my plans for doing a Christmas lineup for the Anime Grindhouse have basically been dashed, okay? They've basically been dashed. Not going to be able to do it. Now, I can still put in some commercials, you know, some Kentucky No Christmas, everybody happy, so good, okay? We can still do that. We can still get some Christmas commercials in there. That we saw one on Wednesday of McDonald's, even though it was still advertising fried chicken, because that's just what they do over in Japan for Christmas. Of course, the KFC ones. There's a few others that I have in mind. So I'll still front load it with Christmas commercials from Japan. But otherwise, it's basically just going to be your standard Anime Grindhouse where we're going to watch some anime. And I know I talked about continuing Master of Mosquiton at a later date, because we've gone through, 3 volumes now? And we're getting to the point where the rips that I have are like in 480p. They're pretty crunchy. They don't look too good. And I think it's time for a break. You know, 3 volumes in a row, solid, no mix of anything else. So I think it's time for a break. And I mentioned that. I said we were going to do the Christmas special and then check out another show and come back to Mosquiton later. So since I can't do the Christmas special the way I wanted to, we'll still have the commercials. We're just going to go ahead and skip to that next show. Okay, we're still taking a break from Mosquiton. We'll revisit eventually. We're like I think a little bit more than halfway through. I think we're a little bit more than halfway through with that series. So we've got some more to go, but we're going to take a break. We're going to come back to it, and we're going to start a new show that only has 12 episodes. So that means we can get through it in 2 volumes, 6 episodes in each volume. We can knock it out, get through it, and I think that you guys are going to like it just as much, if not more, than Master of Mosquiton, okay? Like, you know, not to say anything bad about that. It's been a fun series, but I like to keep a little variety, you know, make sure we have a little change of pace from time to time. And so this one is a little different, you know, maybe some similarities in the sense that there's still a vampire-like character in it, but everything else is very different. It's even in English and not Japanese. We get a gloriously cheesy English dub in this one too. All right. So 12 episodes. We're going to finish it. We're going to do it all back to back, volume 1 and 2 this week and next week, and just go ahead and finish it. And then we might check out something else, or we might go back to Mosquiton after that. But for the next 2 weeks, we are going to be checking out what I hinted at. Okay. I gave you guys a hint last time, and I said that it's basically the anime version of Forever Night. Now, you might not even know what Forever Night is, but for you moldy oldie baconeers, especially you true blue baconeers that check out like everything across all the different channels. So if you check out Orbital Bacon Bits and even in OBTV, because the first season is the only one that got cleared to be shown on YouTube, and then we had to watch season 2 and 3 in OBTV. So this is really for those true blue baconeers that check out everything. You've seen Forever Night. You know all about the brooding. That's right, the brooding vampire Nick Knight, right? So you guys know all about that. Well, this is kind of like the anime version, and not just in the sense where it's like Forever Night, but animated. No, like think like full anime with all the weirdness that comes with it. But it is still about a vampire detective, more specifically, a midnight detective. Okay, so we're going to be watching Nightwalker, the Midnight Detective. And like I said, it is anime Forever Night. So the vampire, the main character right there, the titular Nightwalker, Midnight Detective, is a vampire, but he's solving crimes. He's out there investigating. He's got a little Gyat Fairy companion that I'm sure you guys will instantly love. There's waifus, just like in Forever Night. There's waifus that he's surrounded by that all eventually want him, if not right out the gate. It's got so many parallels to Forever Night. It's just extra weird, extra Zook, extra anime, right? Extra Japanese, you know? So I don't know if you guys have heard of this one. It's from, I want to say 97, if memory serves me correctly. I know it's from the 90s, but I'm just trying to remember the exact year. But I believe it's around 97. So it's a detective vampire solving crimes, using his vampire powers, his Gyat Fairy sidekick. There's waifus in there. Gloriously cheesy, English dub. Basically, it has it all. So if you're in the mood to brood, that's right, Michael Russell. If you're in the mood to brood and check out some more vampire anime, but something that's a little change of pace from Moskitan, not as heavy on the comedy. There is some, like most anime has some comedy in there. So yeah, there is some, but it's just good stuff, man. It's a good sort of like action, little cheese, little jank, a lot of action, vampires, monsters, all sorts of stuff. Great soundtrack. Oh man, the music. Let me tell you, man, the fucking music in this show is excellent as well. Kind of has a noir vibe since he's a detective, a midnight detective. So it's got a bit of that saxophone in there, you know, some noir vibes. Excellent soundtrack, really good. I like the animation because anything classic like that from the 80s and 90s always has that hand-drawn look, really nice. So I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. So yeah, we've got Nightwalker, the Midnight Detective. Like I said, only 12 episodes, so we're just going to power through it, okay? Volume 1 will have 6 episodes, and Volume 2 will have the second half of the 6 episodes, and we'll just get through the whole thing, all right? So that's what's going to be tomorrow night at midnight. Apologies if anybody was really looking forward to a bunch of random Christmas episodes of anime. Maybe you were, maybe you weren't. Maybe you're like, oh, good, because I don't know. That might have been kind of a little too janky and disjointed. But I think this will be a lot of fun, and we'll have some Christmas episodes at the start of it, and I think you guys will enjoy it. Eddie Valiant says, all of the 90s and 80s anime looks so much better than anything post-2010, and I wholeheartedly agree. I much prefer stuff from the 80s and 90s where you can tell it was hand-drawn. It just has a different look, a different vibe to it, and it cannot be matched. And so we are getting some of that with this from 97, some of that hand-drawn goodness, some awesome music. It's got it all. It's got it all. I think you guys are going to love it. So this will be tomorrow night at midnight Eastern Standard Time over on Bacon Bits, and we'll just, we'll have some Christmas commercials, but yeah, sorry I couldn't do the Christmas lineup. So the only episodes that passed were just 2. Would have been a really short grindhouse because the only thing I could get past was Vandred and Saber Rider. So that was it. You would have gotten 2 episodes if we stuck to the Christmas thing. Everything else got blocked. So I decided to abandon that. And now we get a full-size grindhouse, 2 hours, 6 episodes usually equals 2 hours, maybe a little over, like 2 hours and 5 minutes, but approximately 2 hours. So you get a full-size grindhouse, and this one's awesome. And it's like not as well known. It's not like one of the big ones, you know what I mean? It's a little on the obscure side, and that's what I like, especially for the anime grindhouse. That's why I named it that, because I like for it to have that sort of obscure feel to it, or maybe it's something you never even heard of or hadn't seen in a long time, or maybe you heard about it but never got to see, whatever the case might be. So it's going to be awesome. So that's what we got coming up. Now, I do have a little bit of news for you guys, okay? I do have some news for you. I want to talk a bit about the Nacelle verse, okay? Do you guys know about the Nacelle company? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I think I am. Or is it Nacelle, whatever it is. You're probably familiar with them making a lot of these action figure lines that are based on 80s and 90s cartoon properties. So we've got, of course, Biker Mice from Mars. They've got the 3 main guys, Vinny, Moto, and Throttle. They even have their bikes. We've seen previews for Limburger and Charlie Girl. I think they're even putting out a Carbine action figure. And they've done some other things, too. They've done some updates to other old action figure lines as well, and that's probably where most of you have heard the name, I would imagine. If you're familiar at all with the Nacelle company, then you're like, yeah, they've been making those new action figures. Yeah, it's an action figure company, right? Well, sorta. I mean, yes, they do make action figures, but that's not all they do. In fact, that's not even their primary function, and that's what I thought, because the first time I ever even heard the name was in regards to these figures, to the Biker Mice stuff and a few others that they put out. And so I was like, okay, so they're like NECA or Nika, however you pronounce them, that also make action figures of like old properties a lot of 80s and 90s action movies. You know, they make the Predator action figures and things like that, RoboCop, right? So I just figured, yeah, that's what they do. But come to find out that that's not even their primary function. What they are, first and foremost, is a production company, as in media production, okay? So they're a media production company. They make all sorts of stuff. And what they're doing right now, like their current focus, they've done a lot of things in the past. Like they've put out random shit like stand-up comedy, documentaries, movies. They've done a lot of weird shit in the past. But their primary focus right now is cashing in on nostalgia, okay? They're like, hey, a lot of baconeers out there. You know, we see how much they love their waifus and everything, right? They love their nostalgia, channel surfing, taking a deep dive into nostalgia. And much like a lot of other companies and corporations are doing right now, they're like, hey, we can cash in on that. We can get some of those sweet, sweet nostalgia bucks, okay? All we got to do is just make sure that the waifus don't look hideous. We got to make sure we don't pull a Disney and make everything ugly. So this image right here is from the comics. Now, the comics are actually being published by Oni Press. I think there was like a one-shot by Dynamite or something. I could be wrong, but the ongoing that they're planning that I don't think have come out yet, or at least not all the way, there might be 1 or 2 issues, but it's still going on, is going to be from Oni Press, which they have either partnered with or maybe they own themselves, whatever it is. It's kind of inconsequential. But that you see an image here from the comics and looks pretty good. You know, the biker mice themselves all look how they should. Charlie Girl, mostly. Her face could look a little better. Reverb with a visit from the Gyat Fairy. Let's go.
I think I've seen this image before on the cover of the newer comic of the biker mice from Mars that came out either this year or last year.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm getting to, Reverb, is, yeah, they had a one-shot that came out last year. And then they're launching the ongoing series this year. And it should be going into next year as well. Because like I said, they're not even that many. I think they're on like the 2nd issue or something. They're not that far into it. Charlie Girl, though, as I was just saying, though, her face could look a little bit better. She doesn't look horrible. She's not like hideous or anything. You know, but looking a little like off model there. And then Carbine, she looks great. She looks just like she did from the show. And, you know, the proportions are there. You know, they didn't make them look like men. Because if this were Disney, they'd have like massive shoulders and biceps, no hips, barely any chest. You know, they would basically look like dudes because that's what Disney, they want everything to be confusing. Can't tell the men from the women. Well, you can easily tell the men from the women here. So we're off to a good start. Okay, we're off to a good start. But what they're doing, they're not just stopping at biker mice. Okay, like I said, they're cashing in on the nostalgia from all these 80s and 90s shows, whatever basically hasn't already been picked up. So obviously Hasbro owns a lot of stuff that they've just retained ownership on, like the Transformers, like G.I. Joe. They even own the rights to the 90s Conan cartoon, to the 80s Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. You know, so Hasbro has a lot of the big ones under their umbrella already. Then, of course, you've got Mattel, who has things like He-Man and She-Ra, and a lot of the Filmation stuff. So these toy companies that have been around for a long time and have a lot of big names under their belt, they've retained that stuff. But there's some that have slipped through the cracks, Biker Mice being one of them, because I believe Galoob was the company that put out the action figures back in the 90s. And the rights to the toys and even the series itself has been sort of floating around, been a little bit in limbo. Okay, been a little bit in limbo. So Nacelle, whatever, I still don't know exactly how to say it. They've come along and they're like, all right, well, whatever's still floating around out there that hasn't been gobbled up or hasn't been retained by the original owners, we're going to scrape it all up, scrape it all together. And not only are we going to cash in on the nostalgia bucks, we want some of those sweet, sweet nostalgia bucks. No, we're going to go full-blown cinematic universe. We're basically just going to rip everything off. Not only are we going to take all these properties that we didn't come up with ourselves and cash in on them, we're just going to rip off all the big movie studios, you know, like Marvel and DC and stuff that they're doing. And we're going to make our own cinematic universe. And it's called the Nacelle-verse. I shit you not. That is their official name. Okay. the official name for the shared universe is just going to be called the Nacelle-verse, and it's going to feature the likes of the biker mice from Mars existing in the same universe as the Cowboys of Moo Mesa. Like, do they even take place in the same time? I thought the Cowboys of Moo Mesa was not present day. I thought it was like, the old-timey Western days. I didn't think this was a modern-day show. Yeah, they're going to start doing crossovers. They've said very clearly that this is a shared universe, that they're bringing all these together, not just to rehash the toy lines, but to cash in on those nostalgia bucks, but to make a shared crossover universe where all of these different brands are going to come together and interact and try to, I guess, to make people excited to consume whatever media, not just buy the toys. Because like I said, they're a media company first and foremost. So they're doing Biker Mice comics. They're doing Moo Mesa comics. They are also bringing in to this shared universe. Okay, if you thought this didn't make, you're like, wait a minute. Biker Mice and Cowboys of Moo Mesa. I mean, I guess, because the Biker Mice are like anthropomorphic aliens. Maybe they can make Moo Mesa like take place on another planet, and that can explain it, whatever it is. Well, hey, if we're doing that, I mean, the Biker Mice are from Mars, so interplanetary stuff. Well, then, hey, why not bring the Sectars into this? Why not? Let's bring the Sectars in. Okay, we're doing interplanetary stuff. We're throwing time right out the window. Doesn't matter if the Cowboys of Moo Mesa was set in the past. Doesn't matter if the Sectars are set into the future. And Biker Mice is present day. Let's just all mash them together. They can just be from different planets. Who cares? Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, okay? Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey. So let's just all mash it together. So yeah, in this shared Nacelle verse, we're going to have Biker Mice. We're going to have Moo Mesa. We're going to have the Sectars, okay? And then we're going to have everybody's favorite. If that wasn't enough for you already, if you weren't just like cracking open the Velcro wallet, you could just hear it ripping right now all across the world. The rip of the Velcro wallet cracking open so you can, get your hands on the Nacelle verse. Well, hold on, because you haven't seen the best part yet. Because not only do we get the Moo Mesa, the Sectars, and the Biker Mice, we also get the Barnyard Commandos. No one expects the Barnyard Commandos. So yes, this is also going to be part of the Nacelle verse. All right. One giant shared universe. They're all crossing over. The Biker Mice with the Barnyard Commandos. The Sectars with the Cowboys of Moo Mesa. And yes, Neo, I've heard of RoboForce. You guys really should just let me finish talking about stuff. But you've already mentioned it a few times in the chat. So yeah, RoboForce, that's in there too. RoboForce is in there too. Okay? There's more. I'm not going to list every single thing. But yes, they've got a bunch of stuff from the 80s and 90s. RoboForce is in there too, as people are spamming in the chat. I'm just trying to highlight some stuff for you. That Barnyard Commandos is going to now be in a shared universe with Biker Mice, the Sectars, and the Cowboys of Moo Mesa. All right? It's going to be pretty fucking wild. Now, the only downside, I mean, I'm kind of ragging on it a bit because the whole like multiverse, shared universe, cinematic universe, whatever thing is a little played out at this point. Okay. So I'm ragging on it a bit, but there are some cool aspects to it. The fact that we're getting new comics for a lot of these things. I believe all of them are getting new toy lines. I know the Biker Mice are. I know the Barnyard Commandos are. I'm pretty sure I've seen prototype images of the Sectars already. And I think the Cowboys of Moo Mesa has also been either announced or maybe even some prototype images of them as well. But we are getting new updated Barnyard Commandos, which is funny because I actually featured the Barnyard Commandos on channel surfing a few weeks back, just talking about the old toy line, how they were essentially doggy chew toys that you would just strap a rocket launcher onto their back, and that was it. That was the action figure. Felt like something that you would buy at like a dollar store or one of those stores that sells knockoffs. But no, they were real. They were from Playmates, I think, were the company that originally sold the toys. And so you could find them at like KB Toys and Toys R Us and stores like that. It was like a real thing. They even got a cartoon show that didn't last very long because, well, just look at it. It's Barnyard Commandos. But they had a cartoon show. They had a toy line. It was a real thing. I had some of them. I actually had some of them. So that is pretty cool that they're getting updated toy lines. Pretty much all of them, the vast majority. Hey, Kenzo's Creations fueling up the thrust bus. Let's go.
Nacelle also has the flying bug hand puppets for sectors on pre-order for next year. Those look really good. But we need the hive. Wowzers.
Wowzers. They're doing the hand puppets. I remember the original Sector toys having the hand puppets for the bugs that they could ride on, which is actually a cool idea. You put your hand in and it makes like the legs of the giant insect move around. That's actually pretty creative. We don't really get stuff like that anymore. So it's awesome that they are reusing that same design. That's really cool. I know I've seen the individual prototype images for the Sector characters, like the standalone characters, but that's cool that they're doing the giant bugs with the hand puppet ones. That's awesome. And thank you, Kenzo, for fueling up the thrust bus there. Appreciate that. So yeah, and we also got to hear Kitty say nacelle. So that's how I'm going to say it. Kitty said nacelle. I'm going to say nacelle from now on. So that's what we're getting. We're getting, a shared universe, comic books, toy lines, all that kind of stuff. And that's the good news. That's the good news. There is a little bit of bad news though. I hate to break it to you guys. But there's a little bit of bad news here. Okay. So let's go back to the biker mice from Mars. And as I mentioned, this is why I wanted to give you a little bit of a backstory and explain that they don't just make toys. Okay, they don't just make toys. They are a media production company. So they're making comics along with the toys, but they're also making new cartoon shows. Now, the only ones that have been mentioned so far, as has been a little bit spammed about in the chat, is yes, RoboForce is in there, but Biker Mice, okay? Biker Mice is getting a brand new cartoon. Now, Biker Mice has been rebooted before. Back in 2006, it was pretty shitty. All right, they cut off Charlie's hair. They gave her a short haircut. Now, some waifus can pull off the pixie cut, but it didn't look good on Charlie Girl. And the animation style was that minimalist, like, it did not look good. Very little shading, very little depth, very, very blocky. Like everybody had a square chin, even Charlie Girl, square shoulders. Like almost like they were trying to do the DCAU, but they didn't understand how to actually make it look good. So it was just because they had too many angles, but it just, I don't know, it didn't look good. No shading. So the 2006 one was pretty bad, pretty shit, right? And that one is currently owned by EMBA Kids, the guy I told you about that has been buying up all the BKN properties and guarding them like the family jewels. He took down Rinse Repeat. Anybody, I'm sure all of you are aware that Rinse Repeat is gone, but if anybody was wondering what actually happened to him and you weren't here for that live stream, just a brief recap. A lot of us that do these Saturday morning emulators on YouTube, we have used a lot of BKN shows. Some of our favorite ones, some of our favorite memes come from BKN shows. I mean, hell, Zook is from Ultra Force BKN. Sky Surfers, Street Sharks, a lot of them have come from BKN. And once EMBA Kids got the rights to all those properties, they were like, no more on any YouTube channel. We want to be the only ones that have this on YouTube on our channels. Otherwise, you got to go buy the DVDs, or we're just going to license out some of the titles to Discotech and you can buy the DVDs from them. And so that's what happened to Rinse Repeat. He had entire lineups. The whole theme was BKN. He had a couple of them where every show in the lineup was BKN, because he would do stuff like, you guys remember, he would have like Fox Kids lineups, Kids WB, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. He would do these types, you know, like I have themes where it's like medieval, you know, video game cartoons, more waifus, right? But he would do real specific stuff, like from Fox Kids, from a particular broadcasting station, from a particular year, things like that. So he had entire BKN lineups all in one video. And so when the ENBA guy, when he got the rights, he found Rinse Repeat and was just like, shut it down. Shut it down. And so that's why Rinse Repeat no longer exists on YouTube, is he had way too many of the shows clustered together, and this guy was just going like strike crazy. Now, you guys know I had a run-in that I got a couple of strikes, and one was for Princess Starla and the Jewel Riders, and another was for Extreme Dinosaurs. And it was getting those 2 strikes and not wanting to get a third, where I had reached out to the guy, had a conversation with him, and found out all this stuff, that he acquired it, that it was legit, that he does actually own it, even though if you look at the YouTube channels, you would think it's just some random person, because he he talks like a random person. It's a little unhinged at times, in fact, because he goes on these rants about how YouTube is scamming him out of ad revenue and letting pirated videos get uploaded and all this stuff. And it's like, you actually own the stuff? Like, you don't really present yourself like a typical other channel. There's lots of studios, like Sony has their own YouTube, Nelvana has their own YouTube. You know, a lot of these other companies or studios that own these cartoons have their own YouTube channels, and they're pretty chill. They don't really talk about stuff, and they'll either just take your ad revenue or block it. They don't really strike you. You know, they just kind of let you know you can use it or you can't, right? But this guy was like railing against YouTube, saying that they owe him all this ad revenue money, and that if anybody is caught uploading any of the shows that he owns, he's going to strike them down. You know, so I reached out to him. You guys already know the whole story. Had a conversation. He was actually pretty chill when I talked to him directly, which was nice. You know, like I was trying to be nice to him. I was like, look, man, I've seen like you're trying to upload this stuff. You know, you feel like YouTube has it in for you. I'm even willing to help you, you know, sort of play the algorithm so that you can get more traffic to your channels and you don't have to feel like they're ripping you off. And I'll take down whatever you own. You know, just stop striking everybody. You already took out Rinse Repeat, man. Stop it. Okay? Just stop striking everybody. Okay? You know? And so he was actually pretty chill, and he was like, all right, you know, I'm not going to strike you. He even looked through my stuff, and he was like, yeah, I can see that you removed any of the shows that we owned, even some stuff that claims came in after the fact, and would have given you a strike, but I checked, and you took it down, so I'm not going to give you a strike. And he even provided me a list. He said, all right, here's everything that we currently own. This is our library. And he let me know. He said, I don't want any of this stuff, not even single episodes in Saturday morning lineups. And I said, fair enough. You own it. It's yours. You don't want it up there. Done. Right. And the list included Biker Mice 2006, or Series 2, as it's sometimes referred to, the reboot, Series 2. But Series 1 was not on the list. He never claimed it. I even clarified it with him. I'm like, it's just the 2006, not the one from the 90s. Yep, okay, fine. So I was still playing the 90s one. But I was kind of curious, well, who does own the 90s one? And so I did a little bit of digging. I did a little bit of research, because just the other day, one of my recent Christmas episodes or lineups that had the Biker Mice Christmas episode in it got claimed by Biker Mice 2006, the EMBA kids guy. Okay. So the guy who we've already gone through this whole big saga, clarified what he owns and doesn't own. And all of a sudden, the 90s Biker Mice, the Christmas episode to be exact, gets the auto ID claim on YouTube, which is how the whole thing started. I got claimed for Extreme Dinosaurs. Figured, okay, well, he's just going to take the ad revenue, but no, he struck it anyway. So I was kind of freaking out. I was like, oh shit, Please don't strike me. So I immediately took the episode out of the lineup and then emailed him. And I said, hey, I just saw that the old Biker Mice Series 1 is getting claimed now by you on YouTube. I already took it down. Please don't strike me. And I'm taking all the other episodes down. And then he actually responded and he says, well, what's happening right now is it's a, little bit of like YouTube's fuckery. I can't remember exactly how he worded it. It was kind of funny the way he worded it. He was like, this is like a headline making catastrophe or something. I mean, he was like making it sound crazy, but basically it's like some YouTube fuckery where he owns, or now anyway, he has now partnered with a company that has the rights for the original Biker Mice, the 90s cartoon, but only in like the Philippines and Malaysia. Okay. So like over there in like Eastern Asia, I think it was something like Hong Kong, Philippines, maybe Vietnam or something. I mean, it's just like these random Asian countries. And this company that he's now partnered with has the rights to Biker Mice just in those territories, not anywhere else. And so I told him, I said, well, it popped up. It popped up in the claim. And last time that happened, you were like striking stuff and I didn't want you to strike anything. So can you provide me with an updated list? So is this something you own now? Or, please give me the list if there's been any changes of the stuff that you are going to strike down that you don't want, because I'm still going to honor that. I'm still going to honor that. And so he responded, he said, no, it's just this partner company that own it in those territories. I don't know why YouTube is claiming it for me. And then he let me know, he said, the people who actually own Biker Mice for now is Disney. And I was like, whoa, buddy. So Disney, which actually makes sense, because if you watch the end credits, the production company that made Biker Mice, that made the animation, was Marvel. If you guys remember, Marvel has had an animation studio for a long time. They did the RoboCop cartoon. They did a few other things. And yeah, if you remember at the end, it's that janky CGI Spider-Man that lands on the MP, the Marvel Productions. That's at the end credits of Biker Mice. And I never really put much thought into it. But Disney owns Marvel now, which means Disney owns Biker Mice. At least they did. They did. Yeah, see, it's all coming together now, right? It's all coming together. Disney has now licensed out the Biker Mice, basically given it over because they weren't doing anything with it. That's why they weren't even claiming it on YouTube. They weren't blocking it. They weren't claiming it. It's kind of funny. It's the House of Mouse, right? Well, they don't care about these mice. They care about Mickey and Minnie, the fucking mouses or mices from Cinderella, not the Biker Mice. They didn't really care about them, So they weren't really doing anything with it, and apparently they didn't have any plans to do anything with it. And so that's why it wasn't getting blocked on YouTube. It wasn't getting claimed. It was like free reign. But now they have given it over to the Nacelle company. And so Nacelle, not only are they making toys, not only are they making comics, but they're making a new Biker Mice cartoon. And so odds are, and I'd rather be safe than sorry, odds are is that at some point Nacelle will probably start claiming those episodes. The fact that they are now getting recognized by YouTube's auto ID system, where previously they didn't, even if they're attributing it to the wrong guy, that can change on a whim. You know what I mean? Like tomorrow they could update it and go, oh, we were claiming it and sending it over to Biker Mice 2006. Oops, it's supposed to go to Nacelle. And if Nacelle gets on there and sees all these claims and says, hey, we want them to watch Biker Mice on our stuff. We're going to be releasing the DVDs. We're going to be putting out this new show. We're going to make our own YouTube channel. If they decide all that, then we're fucking cooked. You know what I mean? Like we're fucking cooked. Because you guys know I love Biker Mice. I had the entire series uploaded in own separate volumes. I've got episodes upon episodes upon episodes through all the Saturday morning lineups. Dozens of Saturday morning lineups have Biker Mice episodes in there. Charlie Girl is one of our top fucking waifus of all time. I put her up against April O'Neil, for crying out loud. Okay? So I love Biker Mice. But I am not taking those chances. First, to find out that Disney had it this whole time, I'm like, fuck, I don't know how we made it. I'm glad we did, but I'm glad they didn't care about it. But holy shit, Disney's had it this whole time. Holy shit. But now Nacelle Company has it. And I don't know them. I've never interacted with them. I've never had, they're new to the whole nostalgia cartoon game, even though they've made other movies and things. I don't know how they treat these properties. So Moo Mesa, I'm going to take that down. I only had like 1 or 2 episodes. I didn't do a lot with Moo Mesa. So that's not too big a loss when it comes to content that's already on my channel. But Biker Mice, that one kind of hurts. But I'd rather be safe than sorry. Now, if it comes out later, where once they get the new show going and the content ID is all updated and they're like, yeah, the EMBA guy's not claiming it unless you're from Malaysia or the Philippines, and Nacelle Company is going to say, yeah, we'll just take the ad revenue, but you can use it, then hey, cool, I'll start playing episodes again. But for the time being, I just want to let you guys know, and for anybody else, because even though none of the other channels seem to like me very much, fuck them, I'm still going to be nice. You think I'd learn my lesson and just like let you guys get struck down. But no, I'll give you the warning that if you are still playing Biker Mice, stop it. Okay? Fucking stop it. And if you've got them in your past uploads, I recommend taking them down or editing them out, whatever you got to do. But we're in a very sort of gray area, kind of shaky ground, because not only does Disney, or did they anyway, Disney did own them, but now a new company that we have no experience with. Like Hasbro, we've got all this experience. Hasbro has actually put out a public statement and said, use our shows. We're going to take the ad revenue, but use them. Go for it. Transformers, G.I. Joe, Conan, D&D, whatever we got, you can use it. In humanoids, take it. We're going to take your ad revenue, but you can play it to your heart's content. Hasbro has been very upfront with that. Nelvana and Wild Brain, like they're very much the same way. They're like, yeah, we're going to take your ad revenue, but play it. We don't care. Whereas NBC Universal's kind of hit or miss. Some stuff they block, like Voltron. Some stuff they let you use, like He-Man and She-Ra. And then, of course, Disney, we know, just blocks everything that they know about. I guess they forgot they had Biker Mice, but everything that they know that they have, which obviously they're well aware of, like Star Wars and Marvel and stuff like that, they block that shit. So we're familiar with those guys. We know how they operate. We know what they're going to do. So we know to use their shows or not. Nacelle Company, no idea. They're like the new kids on the block. I have no idea how they're going to act, and I'm not going to take any chances. So for the time being, if you notice that a couple, because I did have 1 or 2 that were over 100,000 views, which means you can't edit them, so I had to delete them. So if you notice a couple of Saturday morning lineups missing, that's why Biker Mice was in there. Same thing happened when Galaxy Rangers went down. Same thing happened when Ulysses 31 went down, okay? Sometimes you just have to delete them. If I was able to trim it out, I trimmed it out and left the lineup, the video uploaded. But there were a couple where that was not an option, so they've been deleted. So if you're looking at the playlist and you're like, wait a minute, we're on volume 132 and there's not 132 videos here, that's why. Same thing with Galaxy Rangers, Ulysses 31, and now, unfortunately, Biker Mice from Mars, which probably hits the hardest. At the very least, it's the hardest since Galaxy Rangers, because Galaxy Rangers was up there too. That's another one of our favorites, but Biker Mice, man, that one hurts me. That one hurts me, you know what I mean? So, and that's just, again, I'm playing it safe. I'm putting this information out there because I once again spoke directly to the EMBA guy. I did my research on the Nacelle Company and looked up what they were doing with the property, how it goes beyond just a toy line, beyond just the comics, that they're doing cartoons, and that because they're trying to make this a shared universe, they very well may want everything to be sort of centered around them as far as where you watch this stuff. So until I find out how they're going to react to other people uploading things, Hopefully they'll put out a statement like Hasbro did and just say, yeah, go for it. We're just going to take your ad revenue. Then no more biker mice. So yeah, little bit of a bummer, little bit of bad news. I wanted to sort of cushion the blow by talking about the multiverse. It is kind of cool, kind of funny. They got Barnyard Commandos in there with the Sectars. You know, they got the fucking Cowboys of Moo Mesa in there with the biker mice. Kind of funny, kind of cool. Cushion the blow a little bit, but kind of a bummer as well, because for the time being, no more biker mice. So I just want to let you guys know, and anybody else, because I know there's some people that watch some of the others and will probably go report to them, that if you haven't already, because I think a lot of people got scared when I announced it the first time and took down Series 1 biker mice, even though they didn't have to. You know, they were trying to jump the gun and go, hey, I'm gonna like make a whole video out this and deliver the news and act like I did it, even though it was Orbital. I'll just give them a little shout out towards the end, but everybody's gonna think I'm the one looking out. Yeah, I saw you doing that. But no, I broke the news, and you didn't even deliver it properly because you told people to take down Series 1 of biker mice when you didn't have to. Well, now I'm updating you and breaking the news once again, and now you really do have to take down Series 1 of biker mice. So you know, there you go. There you go. So that's your update, okay? That's your news and updates right there. Yeah, no more Plutarchian greetings. Now, the thing is, we can still have the memes, just like we still have the audio clips about the Zook, and we still play memes like the shorts that I have of like the biker mice checking out Charlie's tiny mini skirt. I'm still going to use this.
Boobs!
That's all. Look, that's all fine because it's tiny clips. We're using it in free use context. I'm sorry, fair use rather. Fair use context because it's part of, you know, a discussion. It's relevant. You know, it's using it as like a meme or whatever. So don't worry. We're still going to have Charlie Girl in the waifu roundup. We're still going to have the memes that are already uploaded in the shorts section of the channel. The pop-ups that I have of like Vinny, the Plutarchian greeting, anything like that. That's all fine. We can keep
We
that.
love us at morning cartoons, but here on we need to be like ninjas, stealthy and act accordingly until we know more about what this new company is all about.
Exactly. It's better safe than sorry, okay? That's what it's all about. Is you gotta play when we're doing this Saturday morning emulator game, you have to play it safe. That's the true name of the game, okay? It's on the surface, yeah, Saturday morning emulator, we're recreating the memories, but the true name of the game is play it safe, okay? Otherwise, you're gone. I mean, look what happened to Rinse Repeat. So, yeah, I wanted to break that news to you guys. I know it's a bit of a bummer, but I like to keep you guys updated, as well as any other channels, whether they like me or not, or are going to try to steal my thunder or not. I don't care. I still try to look out for people. So that's the latest update. And so not just biker mice. Obviously, that's the major focus point for me because that's my favorite show. But I would be careful with sectars. If you've got sectars on your channel, I would be careful uploading that or keeping that on past uploads. Cowboys of Moo Mesa, I would watch out for that. Obviously, biker mice from Mars. I highly doubt anybody ever used Barnyard Commandos. There is a cartoon show for it. I've never, as much as I liked the toy line back in the day, I've never even put an episode of that on Saturday morning lineup. But in case you have, if you just so happen to have put some fucking Barnyard Commandos in your Saturday morning lineup, you might want to take that one down too. Of all things, fucking Barnyard Commandos, right? But yeah, for me, Biker Mice is the big one. It's the one I, by far, have the most across the channel. I think I had like one, maybe two at most of Moo Mesa. No Barnyard Commandos, and I think I did like one episode of Sectars. But I know that other channels, they do different mixes and different things. So they might have more Sectars. They might have more Moo Mesa. I'd be shocked if anybody had Barnyard Commandos. But I would recommend taking all those down for the time being so that you don't get hit with a bunch of strikes out of nowhere, because it could just like come out of nowhere. Like I said, I woke up yesterday morning and all of a sudden Biker Mice is getting auto ID claimed where it never did before. and it was going to EMBA Kids, who we already know likes to strike things when he finds that they get claimed. So it's like, holy shit, it was kind of scary. So let's play it safe for the time being, guys. And those are the shows that are now on the chopping block. You know, we got a big batch the last time we dealt with this guy, and even though it's not even him this time, it's Nacelle Company, but it just so happened to cross over and opened up this whole like can of worms just because we had a history with him. And luckily he's still being chill. He responded to me and was like, oh no, that's not me, like we just have it in Malaysia, whatever. But it is owned by Disney. You might want to watch out. I'm like, oh shit. And so I start doing research and find out this whole thing with the Nacelle Company and everything. So there you go. There's your update. Another handful of shows biting the dust, hopefully just temporarily. You know, like with the BKN stuff, that's permanent. I don't think that guy's ever going to let us use those again. You know, Galaxy Rangers, to my knowledge, permanent. Lionsgate has them. They're blocking them. I don't think we'll ever get those back. Ulysses 31, probably never getting back, right? Hopefully this is temporary. That's like the silver lining, is that there's the possibility that this is just temporary and we could end up getting Biker Mice back, or the ability to show it, I should say. Biker Mice, Moo Mason, get all those back. Sectars, you know, all that stuff. Let's hope, okay? Let's hope for the best, that Nacelle will be cool and let us play it. But I would play it safe. If I were you, because this is what I'm doing, I would play it safe and I would get all that off your channel for now. All right, guys. So that's the update there. Now I will just a little bit of hot dogging and grandstanding here at the end. If you guys do want access to the entire Biker Mice series, there are other YouTube channels that have uploaded it. It's not like I was the only game in town that was showing Biker Mice, but we don't know. It's a kind of up in the air right now. We don't know how long they will remain on those other YouTube channels. But if you want the full series uploaded in volumes, the way that I used to do it, it is on the Google Drive, what I call the video archive, that every single coffee member has access to at any level. So for as little as $3 a month, not only do you support the channel, you get a blue wrench in the chat, you get access to exclusive updates, you get to find out what's going to be in every Saturday morning lineup in Anime Grindhouse well before everyone else finds out. You also get access to the video archive. So every single thing that I've ever uploaded, including things that have since been taken down, like the entire series of Ultra Force in HD, because I had the best copy on YouTube before it was taken down, Sky Surfer Strike Force, Roswell Conspiracies, all those BKN shows, as well as Biker Mice from Mars, which is temporarily kind of a scary thing to have uploaded, you know, but it's all there. Galaxy Rangers, it's all there in its entirety.
Me too long to find it, might worth playing this whole video sometime. It is a religious person that thinks He-Man and Sector toys are satanic, but ends up just playing with them.
He's just like, wait a minute, these are just toys. Thank you, Stud Comic Man, appreciate you. But yeah, you can find all of those shows in their entirety on the video archive. It's really easy to download them from there as well. I know you can download from YouTube, but sometimes you have to jump through hoops. You got to use all these like third-party sites and stuff. Sometimes it can be kind of janky and not download properly. I've had that happen with me in the past. So if you want access, not just to be able to watch them and stream them whenever you want, but easily download them, just right-click, download, boom, it's guaranteed. Google, a very well-trusted company, so you know it's not going to give you any like virus or anything, and the download will always work. And it's also pretty fast. Download's really fucking fast, actually. You know, a lot of these files are around a gig, and they're like, bam, you got them, right? So you can support the channel in the process, get access to all those awesome perks, and still be able to access these shows. A lot of them have been taken down from YouTube, and some might be getting taken down soon. We don't know. So a little hot dogging and grandstanding right there. There is a link in the description to the coffee page, and I do appreciate each and every one of you that do that. You guys are helping keeping the station in orbit. All right, so thank you guys so much. Okay, now with all of that out of the way, okay, we got all the gloomy stuff.
This is the chief. Right, got it.
The shared universe thing is a bit worn out, but Skybound's Energon universe is doing a good job of handling Transformers and G.I. Joe, even setting up to make an appearance as well. So, the idea can work if people plan everything out right.
Well, the thing about that, Reverb 154, is that G.I. Joe and Transformer were crossing over since back in the 80s. Like, the idea of it is a little played out now because people are just like, we're going to do this. We're just going to make a multiverse. We're just going to make a shared universe where it didn't exist before. If something had a shared universe already established, like Marvel Comics, like if you remember, if you go back far enough, superheroes used to exist each in their own individual universe. It was like a big deal when they first started having, Batman and Superman in the same universe.
This is the chief. Right, got it.
Nothing to see here, just gotta make another call to the chief.
Thank you, Chester Stevens, putting a call into the chief. Yeah, keep her phone ringing off the hook there. Thank you, guys. So that's Miss Jello. That's the real Miss Jello right there. That's the real Miss Jello. So yeah, things that already had a very long-standing, ongoing shared universe doesn't bother me because like comic books have been doing that. Like there was a time when Spider-Man and the Avengers existed in their own separate universe, and then they started making them within the company a quote-unquote shared universe. So like Spider-Man was there with the Avengers, with the X-Men, they were all in the same, DC, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, they were all in the same. And that was a big deal at one point in time, probably before most of us were born. But now it's like normal. Like that's like how it is. We're used to that. And so I don't have a problem with that. So same thing with Transformers and G.I. Joe is all the way back in the 80s in the comics and even in the cartoon. You guys would see cameo appearances of Commander, thinking RoboCop Alpha Commando. Cobra Commander would show up in an episode of Transformers, and then you had that guy, the Hector Ramirez. He was a news anchor guy that would go and always try to get the scoop, right? And he showed up in Inhumanoids and G.I. Joe and Transformers, sort of establishing, and those are the different cartoons, sort of establishing that those cartoons existed in the same universe. And in the comics, it was very explicit. It was like G.I. Joe and Transformers, yes, they are in like the same comic universe. And Mask was part of that too. And so that part doesn't really bother me because they established that a long time ago. That's fine. But the nacelle thing, a little kind of random. Clearly, the Biker Mice and the Cowboys of Moo Mesa and the fucking Barnyard Commandos did not previously exist in a shared universe. They're just mashing them all together now. That's a little like, okay, whatever. But no, if it's been well established and long standing, I'm fine with that. And I like it. I actually like it because it does, like, as you mentioned, it does take creativity. And when it's done right, it can be really cool. And creativity was a lot more present in those older things. It's in short supply these days. And so, yeah, it's actually fine. It's fine. All right. So let's get into, I think we covered enough of the movie stuff, the news and updates, all this stuff with the production. So let's go ahead. What's a BKN show? BKN was they were like a cartoon studio, much like Nelvana, that would put out, or Filmation, that would put out various series. They did things like King Arthur and the Knights of Justice, Street Sharks, Roswell Conspiracies. They actually had a lot of really cool shows under their belt. And they recently, like this year, sold off practically all of their properties to this company called EMBA Kids, or I think it's like Kids Media, whatever the full title is, EMBA Kids Media. And now that company owns the rights, they are like striking everyone down. So it's kind of fucking crazy. Yeah, Power Rangers, Jim, a bit of Star Trek. Yeah. It's wild, man. Like we could basically talk all night about the history of what do you call it? Of the cartoon production companies and stuff, man. Just like a deep dive. It's like a deep dive. So, all right. So yeah, chat's getting a little carried away. So let's get everybody back focused. Everybody's like starting to have their own conversations and stuff. So let's get back focused because it's time for everybody's favorite segment of the week, the Waifu Roundup. I'm not even going to talk about channel surfing. You guys already know it's going to be Christmas stuff. It's Christmas Eve. We're going to be watching the Christmas Carol starring Tim Curry. You guys already know that, so I'm not even going to talk about it. Let's get into everybody's favorite segment of the week, the Waifu Roundup. It's time. I hope that you have kept your Wrangle devices tuned up in tip-top shape. Hopefully you didn't get too distracted by everything that I was just talking about or that other people started talking about, directing people to other sites and shit, which really I don't like. So, yeah, let's all get back here, back focused again, and get into the Waifu Roundup. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to check the meters and see how many waifus we are wrangling tonight. Here we go. Let's bring up the meter. There it is. All right, hit the music. We had some pretty big Christmas-sized donos, so hopefully we got at least a couple of waifus here. That's 2. That's good. That's good. Yeah, going over 2 hours. 3 waifus, and it's slowing down, and we are little over 3/4. Whoa!
Magnificent! Look at the size of that thing!
Focus.
Focus. Look at the size of that dono. Thank you so much, Ron McKayas. You just got us into Sliver Country here for the 4th waifu. We are now in Sliver Country, just shy of getting a 4th waifu to wrangle here. Not bad, not bad. Some Christmas-sized donos definitely helped out, so thank you, Medieval Syphilis, Chester Stevens, Wiss, and T-Bone Tony, and now Ron McChaos as well. Thank you guys so much, really getting us the waifus unlocked for everyone to enjoy. So let's check it out. Who do we got? Who do we got? All right, so this is we're gonna get into the Christmas party. We have like one leftover from the snowball fight, even though she's not really using snowballs, or is she? I don't know. She brought a crossbow to the snowball fight. 10 big Bison Bucks from Reverb.
For the waifus.
For the waifus. Thank you so much, man. 10 big Bison Bucks right there. Really appreciate it. All right. So yeah, she brought a crossbow to the snowball fight. She brought a crossbow to the snowball fight. Let's go. I don't know if there's anything that can really give it away as far as the silhouette, whether it be her costume. Whoa, Daharka! Holy shit! Getting us mesmerized.
Dancing away Sliver.
Oh, you definitely, the 10 big Bison Bucks are now dancing away the Sliver. We are about halfway there, living on a prayer to the 5th waifu. Let's see if we can get waifu number 5. Holy shit, thank you guys so much. Hey, and then Chester Stevens with a bass dono. Let's go.
Hail hentai.
Thank you, Chester Stevens, for the bass dono. Let's go. Now that's getting us closer to 3/4. Definitely over. We're definitely over halfway there, living on a prayer to waifu number 5. Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much. All right. Well, yeah, like I said, I don't know if I can give you any sort of hint about the silhouette that's going to clue you in.
This is the place. Time to kick back and relax.
Forgot what this one was, but hopefully 9 cat girls going mew 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 mew
I fucking love the elongated E meta. I don't know which is better. I don't know which one I like better. The lyrical super chats or the elongated E's. We have the best meta though. That's one thing I do know is we have the best super chat meta on YouTube. The lyrical super chats, the elongated E's, all the stuff about wrangling, like the fucking best. Calling the chief. Like it's Miss Jello. That's what I'm just gonna say. The chief is Miss Jello. We have the fucking best. Yeah, Kitty was kind of singing there. Sounded like he was getting choked up a little bit. Holy shit, man. That's wild. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love the Shantae elongated E, and then Kitty zooking out, trying to read all those. Had him roboting, choking up, trying to sing. It was great. Absolutely great. So yeah, we're definitely like 3/4 of the way now to waifu number 5. So the one hint in this particular silhouette here for who the character is in fact her crossbow. The fact that she brought a crossbow to a snowball fight. Who uses the crossbow? I think there's only one waifu. That does. Who is it? I'm trying to think if there's any others in the Saturday morning lineups that use a crossbow. No, think Saturday morning lineup, Gojira. That's not a bad guessing Finn, but she's not a Saturday morning waifu. She's only on OBTV from the Lost World. Think a character, a top waifu, in fact. She's one of people's favorites from a cartoon that we've watched a lot of. There you go. Saint Adam got it. It's Scarlet. That's right. It's Scarlet dressed up in a little bit of a Zenoscope, reminiscent of Zenoscope, if you guys know that comic book company. Kind of like Red Riding Hood, but not really. I don't know. It's hard to place. Don't know the exact inspiration for this costume. Definitely festive. You know, it's got the red with the white furry trim, the hood up for the cold weather, and then she's got her crossbow there. But yeah, if you guys are familiar, if you're not, do yourselves a favor and look up Zenoscope. I might have to do that for you. I might have to. Yeah, it's already getting a little too late tonight because I went on the whole thing with the news and updates. That was kind of a big story there. But you know what? Next week. In fact, just wait. All right, just wait. You don't do it. I know a lot of you actually already know Zenoscope. I've heard some people mention it, which kind of surprised me because not too many. I never, at least not before the Baconeers, didn't used to hear that many people talk about Zenoscope. Nobody really knew who they were. I fucking enjoy their comics, especially the artwork, and they were kind of a big inspiration actually for the way that we present our waifus and stuff. So you know what? Next Friday. Okay, next Friday, because I was going to do a year-end special on the next Sterner stuff, kind of go over some of the best memes of the year and just kind of be random. Just kind of be random, do whatever we want and just have fun since it's going to be the last Sterner stuff of the year. And I think that'll be a good one. I'll make that the news and update segment, especially to make up for this one having some bad news in there. You know, a little bit. It's not the worst news ever, but a little bit of bad news having to take down biker mice for the time being. So next week it'll be a really good news segment, and I'll introduce you guys for those that aren't already aware. Like I said, I know some of you guys already know, but for those of you that aren't already aware, I will introduce you to Zenoscope Comics. Okay, we'll do that next Friday. All right, just hang tight. Okay, just hang tight. Don't spoil it for yourself. Let it be a surprise. But yeah, this is a Zenoscope-inspired Scarlet here. Brought her crossbow to the snowball fight. That makes these snowballs kind of lethal, if you think about it. They're going to be like little pellets. It's like hail. It's like beaming somebody with a block of ice. You know, a little snowball in there, high velocity. Yeah, it's going to be pretty brutal. And that is actually what's going to lead us into level 2 of the snowball fight. I mentioned that earlier. That when I told Master Krakken about how much you guys liked the snowball fight from last week, he was like, oh, well, that was just sort of having some fun, whatever. But if things are getting serious, if you're actually pairing them off and they're having matches, we need to take this thing to the next level. And so it's getting vicious now. So wait till you guys see, actually. Wait till you see. And it'll be perfect for next week as well. Because, again, last Stern stuff of the year, so celebrating the new year. So it's going to be fucking crazy when you see level 2 of the snowball fight. But if we have Scarlet here, brought her crossbow to the snowball fight, we have Scarlet, who's she going to be up against? You already know. Who would her rival be in a snowball fight? If she's on one side, who's on the other? We saw the battle of the floofy ponytails with Tara and Lana. We saw the battle of the Filmation waifus with JB and Shira. Well, if Scarlet is representing Joe, then who's going to represent the other side? There you go. You guys know. There you go. That's right. Representing Cobra, it's the Baroness. And she's not even ready for a snowball fight. She's hanging out with the candy cane. She's just chilling on the chimney. Look at Kitty. Kitty's trying. Look, Kitty is lucky he doesn't have blackface on right now. Kitty's hiding in the chimney. Kitty's hiding in the chimney. He's lucky he doesn't have blackface. But he does have the best seat in the house, apparently, though. Because, yeah, he's just chilling. Kitty's zooking out down there. But, yeah, Baroness doesn't even look like she's ready for the snowball fight. She's just hanging out, enjoying a candy cane. Is she naughty or nice? I don't know. She's part of Cobra, but she looks pretty nice right there. So, I don't know. But there you go. Waifu number 2. The rival to Scarlet in the Snowball Wars. Not even a snowball fight at this point. It's wars, okay? Waifu Wars. We've got Baroness, so we're going to have to find out what happens between them next time, okay? So that's waifu number 2. Waifu number 3. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so this one, now we're sort of getting into just the Christmas party. Like I said, it's kind of more of a, we put the snowball fight on hiatus, and it's a little bit more of just a waifu Christmas party. So they're just kind of chilling. They're just kind of chilling, you know? This one, I think might be the first. No, we have had one pinup of her before, but just like one. I don't think we've had many. If we've had her before, it's just been like one time. So this is a waifu that I'm kind of surprised we haven't got more pinups of, but it's because she's from a show that we can't actually watch on the channel. It's owned by Warner Brothers, so obviously it gets blocked. But we have been watching it in OBTV. In fact, last Friday, we did the Christmas special lineup of a bunch of shows that we can't watch on YouTube, like their Marvel and DC type shows. And we saw an episode with her in it. So let's see. What other hints can I give you? It's Warner Brothers, so obviously it's a DC. Okay, so DC waifu. DC waifu. We just saw a holiday/Christmas episode with her in it last week. That is if you're in OBTV. No, DC. Rogue is Marvel. Trying to think what other hints I can give you without just making it blatant. She was paired with another waifu in more ways than one. That should really make it obvious for you, okay? It's a DC waifu who's paired, the operative word being paired with another waifu. If you know what I'm saying. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. There you go. Now you guys are getting it. Hunter Batista, stud comic. Now you guys are getting it. Poison Ivy. That's right. We saw Poison Ivy and Holiday Nights paired up with Harley Quinn. And they're really trying to pair them up, if you know what I mean. So this is the classic one. This is season 1 through 3, because Holiday Nights is actually from season 4, where they gave her that sort of greenish skin tone. But I'm partial to season 1 through 3 Poison Ivy, where she was just a smoking redhead. Okay, just a smoking hot redhead supremacy. So she does still have her green leotard on, but it's been Christmasized. So she's got the fur trim, the belt, the Santa hat, even a little sprig of holly right there around the neck. So Christmas time Poison Ivy on her sled, the aptly named Rosebud. Since it's Poison Ivy, obviously, she would be on Rosebud, the sled right there. So very clever from Master Krakken, because I didn't even ask him for that, you know? I didn't ask him for the sled. That was him being clever. Krakken comes up with some good stuff. You got to give it to him. So, of course, Poison Ivy is on Rosebud. Very nice. Very nicely done for Master Krakken. And an underappreciated, at least here, DC waifu. I know she's like a top DC waifu in general amongst the fandom, but yeah, this is only maybe her second pinup that we've ever got. So she needs more appreciation here. We need more. We need more Poison Ivy. She's one of the top ones from Batman the Animated Series, which is one of the greatest animated series of all time. Even if we can't watch it on YouTube, we've watched a couple episodes in OBTV, and I'm very close to streaming the whole thing. We've got a couple other shows to finish. We're currently watching Akiba Ranger, and we're almost done with the first season already. So once we get done with that, maybe we'll get back into the DCAU, because I've got Justice League, Batman, Superman, Batman Beyond. We got a lot. We got a lot to get through. And Poison Ivy, she makes plenty of appearances in those. Yeah, clever Krakken. He is. He's very clever. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. So that is waifu number 3. Waifu number 3. And now we are on to waifu number 4. And let's check here real quick. Where's the meter at? 3/4. Okay, so we're 3/4. We are over halfway there. 3/4 actually of the way to waifu number 5. But we do have waifu number 4 to get to in the meantime. Now this one should be pretty easy to guess. Even with the floofy Santa suit stuff, you can still kind of see parts of the outfit and even the hair that give away who this character is. I think you guys will be able to guess this one. Who do you think? This is another Saturday morning waifu, one of our favorite waifus. We have a lot of pinups of her, so you know she's not as underappreciated as Poison Ivy. But yeah, we watch this show a lot, much like G.I. Joe. This is another one that we watch a lot, and because we watch it a lot, we got a lot of pinups. And I think you guys, if you notice the details on the legs, the cloak there, should probably be able to guess it. Oh, there you guys go. Yeah, you're getting it already. There you go. Oakley says it's definitely D&D Sheila. You are definitely correct, sir. Chester Stevens bet it all on Sheila. That's a good bet. Gojira said Sheila. You guys know what's up. That's right. From Dungeons and Dragons in her tiny miniskirt.
Tiny miniskirt!
Orbital Station dress code approved tiny miniskirt. And much of her regular outfit, sort of like with Poison Ivy, a lot of elements of her standard outfit are still there. It's just been Christmasized so that it's got, you know, the Santa belt, the fluffy, the cotton lining, whatever it is that's on Santa's coat, and it's all red instead of purple. But it is clearly Sheila rocking her cloak of invisibility, but the cloak's not up. The hood is not up, so everything is there. And she brought cake. She brought cake. She's holding it. She's holding the cake. She's got a Christmas cake there. Strawberry cakey. Okay, maybe she's trying to do the Japanese tradition. She's just missing the Kentucky no Christmas fried chicken. Happy, everybody. So good. I keep getting it all mixed up. They say happy, so good. Kentucky no Christmas. That's right. Chicken nugget. But no, she doesn't have any chicken. That's Needle. Needle is going to be our Christmas chicken. She's brought the cake. Needle is from Conan, so we'll have the chicken, the fried chicken with that. But Sheila's from D&D. She's brought the cake. So there you go. There you go. Our 4th waifu and what may be our final waifu of the night is Sheila from D&D. I'll give you a preview of the next one. Oh, buddy. I know you guys love this next one. Actually is part of a duo, a pair, if you want to put it that way. This next waifu, even though she's just by herself here, she is followed up by the waifu after that, her partner. It is a pair. Whoa! Daharka!
That's more like it. I'm all hot and bothered. Ooh, so exciting.
Going for number 5.
Whoa, buddy, that's more than enough. Holy shit, he's going above and beyond. Above and beyond with a massive Christmas-sized dono right there. That's a massive dono right there. Gets us all the way to waifu number 5 and gets us almost halfway to waifu number 6. Let's go. Thank you so much to Harka88. Massive support. Holy shit, he's actually taken over Stream Boss with a very based health bar right there. 109 hit points. That's pretty fucking based. 109 hit points on the health bar right there. All hail Daharka 88. We need to get the waifu swinging 2 times as we get the pizza rolls raining as well. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. All right, well, anybody want to guess? Who is this waifu? The first of a pair. The first of a pair. I see some people guessing Diana, thinking that it would be paired with Sheila, but no, Sheila was just on her own tonight. She brought the cake. Diana might show up later. Might be fashionably late. But now we're moving on to another pair of waifus. Who could it be now? Michael Russum, Gojira, Hunter Batista, Heil fucking
That's
ya.
more like it.
Whoa!
I'm all hot and bothered. Ooh, so exciting.
Merry Christmas and to all another waifus.
Holy shit, Whis, thank you so much. Whoa, buddy. Whoa! Chester Stevens, too. The Cheddar Swiss Coalition. They're running wild.
One last push for Stream Boss. Lord, make my pimp hand strong.
Holy shit. Chester Stevens just took Stream Boss. Tag team action. The Cheddar Swiss Coalition. First, Whis comes in and takes Stream Boss, and then Chester says, no, I think I'll hold the belt for now. With an even more based health bar, 110.88. 109 was already pretty based, but I always wanted to make it 110. And he just did, with 88 cents right there, too.
More pushing for the cushion. Or something.
Pushing for the bar, to stack the bar? I'll just assume that's what you meant. Cake detected, though. Stealth check failed. Thank you guys so much. Holy shit, we have definitely gotten another waifu, maybe even 2. I don't even know. I gotta refresh it. Where are we at? Holy shit. Okay, waifu number 5. We have waifu number 6. And we are halfway there, living on a prayer, to waifu number 7. Holy shit. All right, well, that's good. That's good, because that means we get the pair. Okay, so we at least get to see these next 2. All right, holy shit, guys. Thank you so much. Wow. Massive support from the Bacon Ears tonight. You guys are incredible. Merry Christmas to all. God bless us, everyone. My goodness. Okay, well, let's get to waifu number 5 here. You guys already guessed who it was. I think I made it pretty obvious. You guys know who it is. In fact, she just failed a stealth check once again. That's right. It's Yuri, ready for the Christmas party. Like I said, snowball fight, taking a bit of a break. They got to come in. They got to warm up. Some warm apple cider, maybe some hot cocoa. You know, they got to get warm by the fire. Then they can go back out and resume the snowball wars. That's what we'll be doing next week. We will resume the snowball wars. But for now, it's a little bit, just time to relax, enjoy the Christmas atmosphere, the party, get warm by the fire. So we've got Yuri, one half of the dirty pair, one half of the lovely angels. Well, where's the other half? Where's Kay? If we have Yuri, we got to have Kay. And yes, specifically, it is the Flash version of Yuri, Dirty Pair Flash. You can tell by how light her hair is. It's a little, it's more on like the dark blue side in the original, and very, very much purple, almost lavender in Flash. So yeah, you can tell that is, those of you with a keen eye, I saw a couple people point that out. You have a keen eye, and you picked up on that is Flash Yuri, which means, is it going to be Flash K? I guess so. You take one look at that silhouette, and I think it's going to be Flash K. I don't even need to ask. I've basically already given it away. You guys already know. That's right. And we unlocked her as well. Waifu number 6. Let's fucking go. We've got K, Team K for life. I know I see some people saying Team Yuri in the chat, but I got to tell you, it's Team K for life. Okay? Especially, and that's the thing too, is Dirty Pair Flash is really what made it like official. I was a little bit undecided. I was already leaning towards K in the original series back in the 80s. She just, I don't know, she had a more personality. I liked her personality. But then Dirty Pair Flash, man, the adventures that she went on in that series, it was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, Team K for life. This without a shadow of a doubt. That's right. So she's also dressed up for the Christmas party, Christmas festivities. maybe doesn't even feel like she wants to do a snowball fight. She's like, look, I'm laying down. I'm gonna take a nap. You guys go throw snowballs. Kay did like to drink though. I do remember that. She did like to. I think they both did, but Kay was the one who would get like kind of goofy, kind of like goofy smashed. She was a little bit more heavier drinker than.
Flash me K.
Ah, I see what you did there, Ron McChaos. It's Flash K with the K's out. KO. I see what you did there. Thank you, Ron McChaos. Appreciate that, man. Very well timed. Very well timed. But yeah, I think Kay was the heavier drinker of the two. I know that they both enjoyed a drink from time to time throughout the show, but yeah, Kay was wild, man. She was wild. Kay's out. Let's fucking go. Thank you so much. That gets us 3/4 of the way to waifu number 7. Who is waifu number 7? Well, just a silhouette there. I don't think there's anything to really give it away. So she'll remain a mystery. She'll remain a mystery. We can always save her till next time. We got a mystery waifu. One last one. She's sort of chilling. She's actually, I will say this. It doesn't really give away who the waifu is, but I will say this. She's ready to take some presents down the chimney. That's what she's sitting on there. If you see all those blocky objects in the silhouette, sitting on a chimney, holding some gifts, ready to take them down. Although I don't know if it's all gonna fit. You'll just have to see though. You'll just have to see when we unlock it. But we can save it till next week. You guys have already done massive support tonight. Whoa, I spoke too soon though, because Dark88 is giving us a mesmerizing dance to say, oh no, we want to see Santa Waifu.
Who is number 7?
Who is number 7? Santa Waifu, bringing presents down the chimney. Let's go. Putting us in sliver country for waifu number 8. My goodness, you guys have been massively generous tonight. I can't believe it. Thank you so much. All right. So this waifu is kind of standalone. Doesn't really go with any of the others because, like I said, the others were attending the Christmas party. You had Scarlet and Baroness were the last ones to show up to the snowball fight. Hadn't even begun yet. We just sort of paired them off to begin the battle. And then inside you got Poison Ivy chilling on Rosebud. Sheila brought the cake. Kay and Yuri are there already, like sprawled out, just ready to like, hey, I'm here to chill. Just gonna have a drink and enjoy myself, right? Having fun, enjoying the Christmas vibes. And then you've got the waifu up on the rooftops here in the chimney. She's about to come down with some presents if she can fit. I don't know though. I don't know if she will. We've got Princess Zelda. And you guys tell me, I don't think she's making it down the chimney, at least not with the gift. Maybe she can just like throw the gift down first and then try. And even then, I don't know if she's making it. I don't know. But we got Princess Zelda. She's ready. She's ready for the party. I just don't know if she's going to make it. Kenzo's fueling up the thrust bus. Let's go.
Thanks to OB, helping us feel a little more like Christmas. The forecast is set for 69 degrees this year in Colorado. Tough to get into the spirit. The cartoons helped the most.
That's crazy, man. So like I'm more towards the south, and you're telling me it's colder here than in Colorado? That's wild. That is crazy. I mean, I believe it because the weather does like really weird things with, fronts and all that, those technical jargon. But that's just crazy to me that like further down south is colder than Colorado. That's pretty wild. But thank you for the dono, Kenzo's Creations. Really appreciate you, man. So that is waifu number 7. We've got Zelda bringing the presents. She's trying to, I guess she's trying to be a secret Santa, but come on. You think she's going to pass a stealth check? I don't think she can be a secret Santa. She can't even pass a stealth check. Too much cake or too many presents, whatever way you want to look at it. So that is waifu number 7. Now I do have a waifu number 8, but we are only just in sliver country here. So we will probably save this one for the next one. However, it is a bonus in the sense of, I didn't think that we would get this far. I'm shocked that we got I'm so like, you guys always impress me with the generosity because I don't like expect it, you know. I'm not like, oh, you better do this. I'm just like, hey, I'm here to have fun, enjoy the company of the Baconeers, laughing at these memes, you know, riffing on the cartoons. If I have any news and updates, I'll share them with you, whatever. And hey, if we get some donos and can wrangle some waifus, awesome. But if it's like crazy amounts of support like you guys have been doing to Harka 88 with 149 hit points on the health bar, then I like to throw a little bonus in towards the end. So if we were to fill up this last meter, this one, well, let's just say it's a good thing she's sitting right in front of the fire because she is certainly not dressed to go out in the snow. I mean, you could kind of argue that none of them, really none of them are like dressed to go out in the snow, but at least the others are like, you know, mostly covered up and have some of the Santa furry parts, you know, the cotton lining, whatever it is on their coats, on their skirts or their hoods, jackets, whatever. This waifu though, no. However, she kind of likes the cold. That's really a big hint. That's your big hint. What waifu likes the cold? What waifu, probably the only waifu that I can think of from Saturday morning that would go out into the cold and just be perfectly fine. It's like, yeah, you know what? Feels fine to me. Feels totally fine to me. That's right. Frosta. Yeah, Frosta. Creator of the Frosta Flakes. She loves the cold. She loves it. She absolutely loves the cold. So she's, I guess in that regard, appropriately dressed. But we'll have to find out. I'll save her for next time. Don't worry. She's not going anywhere. We'll keep her in the lineup. We'll just save her for next time. Because you guys, massive support tonight. Thank you so much to everybody who donated. Christmas-sized donations, okay? Christmas-sized donations. Like, what a blessing the Baconeers are. You guys are absolutely awesome. So thank you so much. We got a lot of good waifus, okay? We got a lot of good ones tonight already. We got Zelda bringing presents if she can fit down the chimney. We got Kay ready to party because she's the one who likes to drink a little bit more. But hey, Yuri is here too. She's also going to hang out at the Christmas party. She's all dressed up. She's kind of the more like frilly one, you know? She's like more preppy. Kay's like a tomboy and Yuri's more like preppy. So the outfits definitely reflect that. And then Sheila brought cake. I mean, she's holding a cake. She brought the cake. Let's go. We're going to be eating good. And then Poison Ivy on Rosebud, the aptly named Master Krakken, having a very clever moment there. Love when he does that. And then our last contestants, they showed up a little late to the snowball fight, so it's already on hiatus. They're going to have to resume next time. But Baroness, she's ready. She's ready for war. Just chilling, chewing on a candy cane. She's like, I don't even care. I'm ready to throw some snowballs. Let's go. And Scarlet says, oh, well, you better be ready because I brought a fucking crossbow. I got a shotgun. She brought a fucking crossbow to a snowball fight. Let's go. And of course, let's not forget Kitty. Let's not forget Kitty making his cameo appearance here too. Every now and then, he's like just lurking, and he's lurking in the chimney there. He's making his little cameo appearance. Fucking Kitty, man, he cracks me up.
Pardon me, Pontsu.
So that is our waifu roundup for the night. Thank you guys again so much for donating. You guys are insanely generous. I really appreciate you. God bless you all. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. Thank you to each and every one of you for watching the stream. I know this one went a little long, 2.5 hours, but I had a big news segment. I want to catch you guys up on the nacelle multiverse, the fucking nacelle saga. Okay, it's not the Cell saga, it's the nacelle saga. So we had the nacelle saga. I had to catch you guys up on that. All right. So thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate each and every one of you. Your time is valuable. And so thank you for spending it here with the Baconeers, the Bim Bams, the Flum Bums, otherwise known as the best community on YouTube. Be sure to like up the stream if you've enjoyed the madness tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I had a good time, man. I can't believe the memes that we got from those Christmas specials. That shit goes wild, man. Out of control in the 30s with the cookie parade. It's going to be a good time tomorrow morning. Now, if you guys are not quite sleepy yet, you want to stay up for a midnight movie, we are going to be watching Santa's Sleigh, starring Goldberg as a base Santa that goes around. Well, I can't even finish that sentence because YouTube might take it out of context and try to shut me down. Oy vey. But hey, if you were here for Channel Surfing on Wednesday, you already know how he feels about the tiny hats. So we've got base Santa on a killing spree. It's Santa's Sleigh. We're going to be watching that one in OBTV because I actually debuted it on Bacon Bits last year. So if you want to watch it on YouTube, but by yourself and I guess just watching the chat replay, it is over on Bacon Bits. But if you're in the OBTV Discord, then head over there in about 15 minutes at midnight Eastern, 15 minutes from now. We're going to be firing up Santa's Sleigh because I'm going to try to make that a Christmas tradition too, man. It should be watched every year. It's so much fun. It's jank, it's cheese, but it's a good time. And if you're not in the OBTV Discord and you would like to join, then either if you have a Discord already, just send me a message. It's Orbital Bacon. I believe it's all one word. Let me double check for you guys real quick just to make sure I'm telling you the right thing. Yeah, it's Orbital Bacon, all one word. You can DM me on Discord and I can send you a link there. If I put it in the chat, it's just going to get buried because I've done that before. I've like just copied and pasted in the chat and like one or two people might join and then the link gets buried and people are asking me like either later that same stream or like the next stream or whatever. Hey, can I get a link? So I'd rather just send it to you directly so that way you don't miss it. Or you can leave a comment here and I can put it in the replies of the comment and it won't get buried that way either. And that way you can definitely get your link and get in the Discord and enjoy OBTV because we watch a lot of stuff that gets blocked here on YouTube. Things that are owned by Disney and Warner Brothers. So all the Marvel cartoons, the DC cartoons, all that stuff. We watch a lot of that in there. It's a good time. It's a really good time. There's a sidebar chat just like there is on YouTube. So we can riff on all the shows just like we do here. It's in some cases it's kind of better because you can send gifts and stuff too. So it's a lot of fun. You can post memes while we're watching. It's a good time. It's a fucking good time. All right. So we're gonna start that in about 15 minutes from now. Santa's Sleigh. Otherwise, if you are going to bed, then hopefully I will see you tomorrow morning for Saturday morning cartoons, the Christmas special edition. It's gonna be a good time, man. I can't wait for Christmas. I love it, man. It's gonna be fun. And of course, we've got Channel Surfing on Wednesday, watching A Christmas Carol. The animated one from, I think it's 1990 or 94 with Tim Curry as Scrooge. It's also pretty cheesy and janky, but hey, you get Tim Curry as Scrooge, so that's going to be a good time. And we're going to do a gaming stream on Sunday. So if you guys are interested in retro style games and would like to hang out with the Bacon Ears even more, because hey, you guys are fucking awesome. I know I like hanging out with you guys. We are going to do a gaming stream over on Orbital Arcade. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern. All right, guys, that is the show for tonight. You all have been awesome. I want you to stay awesome. Stay based. God bless you all. Let me leave you now with a very special Christmas edition of your moment of Zook.
It's the most ass-kicking time of the year. Ding, 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 dong. Kick your ass till it's swelling and everyone's yelling while full of cold beer. It's the most ass-kicking time of the year. Ding dong, ding dong. It's the slappiest season of all. Ding, ding, dong. With those holiday beatings, your face will be bleeding when friends come to brawl. It's the slappiest season of all. Ding dong, ding dong. There'll be faces for punching, bone marrows are crunching while wrestling out in the snow. There'll be drunk uncle stories about the old glories of Christmas fights long, long ago. It's the most ass-kicking time of the year. They'll be shoving and pushing and I will be putting my foot up your rear. the snow. There'll be malt liquor 40s and tales of the glories of Christmas fights long, long ago. It's the most ass-kicking time of the year. They'll be shoving and pushing, and I will be putting my foot up your ear. It's the most ass-kicking time. Yes, the most ass-kicking time. Oh, the most ass-kicking time of the
All right, guys, that's the show. Y'all have a good one. God bless you all. And remember, until next time.
Until all is one.
Yes, until all is one.
Thank you for visiting me. It's been real.
Tomorrow.
Goodbye, Nega Ninjas.
She's simply awesome. She dashed by me in painted on jeans. And all had turned 'cause she was the cream. In the blink of an eye, I knew her number and her name. Yeah. She said I was the tiger she wanted to tame. Caribbean queen, now we're sharing the same dream. And our hearts, they're beating one. No more love on the run. I lose my cool when she steps in the room. And I get so excited just from her perfume. Electric eyes that you can't ignore. And passion burns you like never before.